Gimme.
Also, I can't believe you turned off sound alerts.
I have to.
Mhm.
It is the law.
We need
Yes,
Liam
but-
Dung.
Hello, guys. Jacob, thank you for using Prime and subbing. It is appreciated. So it's episode 41 tonight.
What?
51. 51. Fuck off.
They...
Fuck off. Don't even start.
Look, we played for an extra 40 hours on what you'd said, Danny. I think Grillo to be like, wait, what?
Don't fucking start. But it is episode 51, and last session you guys had gone to Fjallarmore and collected the will and other things from the orphanage on behalf of Greytail and with Greytail to find out that there was an estate left in his name. And going to the estate, it is surprisingly well kept and extremely well maintained for what it should be. And entering the premises, you heard noise and disturbances of someone inside. Inspecting further, Greytail specifically was the one to encounter them, found spectral projections of Tabaxi. And some conversation was to find out that this was actually the parents of the Grey family. Your parents, Francisco, as your real names.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the session was catching up with these and getting re-familial with this family you don't recall, given a lot of circumstances that have happened.
Brain damage.
Close enough, yeah. When you were young, it was found out that you took a nasty hit to the head from a cudgel, and other issues and stuff. But you're here now. Evan had gone, and fast forwarding slightly in time, we'll come back with Helra and picking up Boomer on the way. Picking up things for the evening to eat, to dinner, to cook in this place. I'd imagine, Grey, you probably spent a lot of time speaking with your parents, refamiliarizing yourself and trying to... I keep saying refamiliarizing, but it's almost relearning everything.
It's all new.
Yeah. It technically is refamiliarizing yourself, but it's completely new and alien to you. But you know that it's not like you're not being gaslit. It's right, but it just still feels that slight bit of weird. Like having to accept truth for something you know nothing about. And probably getting used to the house, the surroundings. But we'll start the session off as the party's fully reconvened in this house and facility, place, however you wish to call it, with the resources needed to cook dinner. And Boomer, obviously, as you see, coming up, you see this large estate. And if there's any like conversation and questions you wish to ask Boomer about, because I'd imagine the two of you probably outlined what's gone on to Boomer. So feel free, and if not,
I'm going to basically cast Detect Magic as soon as I walk through the door.
How about Michael?
Yes.
Do you think it would be funnier if we didn't tell him? And it was a surprise.
That's up to you guys.
Probably for the
No.
first moment I see any ghosts, that's what I will be doing first.
Yeah, no, I would have warned him ahead of time.
You're no fun. It's okay. Yes, Greytail's parents are now ghosts.
Ghosts?
Yep.
Yes.
Currently
They're
still
undead.
somewhat along the living at the moment.
Well, they're dead, but here. So they're
How does that work?
they are ghosts. I'm sorry, do you not know about the undead?
Bits.
Okay.
Maybe demons.
No, they're not undead.
They're mortals that are just being kept on this side. So
Ah,
Yeah, they have passed on, but there is something keeping them back. So Val,
yeah, I mean, you were saying this, but I mean, the first thing we ever fought together as a group was ghosts. So
was it? You have encountered ghosts before?
yes, yes. He used his cannon, and it was probably the only thing that was effective against it, other than my magic whenever I tried to use it. But the creature had an uncanny ability to slip out of this plane of existence for a moment.
yes. I remember the pirates. That was an unusual one.
Uh-huh.
So, how are these different?
They're not. He's just completely forgotten. Oh, and
No,
the
I
only
meant you were fighting those ones. You said that the only thing to actually harm them was Boomer's cannon.
I
How
had
would-
about to say, they had an ability that as you were just about to hit them, they seem to phase into another plane of existence and avoid your attack entirely. Once you
So with-
were able to hit them, you could deal damage, but
Slippery little bastards.
Yeah.
yes.
should we be concerned that
Sisters.
these would be the same? It sounds like the ghosts that you encountered previously were a little aggressive.
Uh-huh. That they were.
How do we not know that this is all one big lie? I know, like, obviously, I've contributed towards this in somewhat a memory of him arriving. But how do we know these are actually his parents and they're good? And they're not trying to make some revenge?
They're trying to get revenge via their son against the person that killed them.
It's rather poetic, no?
I suppose.
To be honest,
That-
it seems a
isn't
little
that-
out of their reach.
To be fair, that's how most revenge stories go, as far as I know.
Yeah, but it seems too nice. Oh, sorry, I can
I
hear.
was just saying, technically speaking, Giuseppe never mentioned fighting or revenge. He just mentioned getting the ring back.
I know,
Any-
which is why.
Dan,
Okay,
Just
Just
because
you
you
have-
haven't.
however you flavour that.
yeah, you
Which is
might
why-
going through Roll20 at the same time, Ben.
Oh, I thought I got rid of that. Okay.
But I do think that that is a bit beyond them. They seemed more kind towards their son than trying to manipulate him to being. I was going to say a blade, but he's not really a blade. His fists are literal weapon. So
Uh-huh.
I don't think they are manipulating him.
We'll see. At the moment, we need to get this back so we can get whatever they're deciding to try and cook as food to us.
Oh yes, and allow for Boomer to discuss this with Gretel back at the home. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that, and we will enjoy it as well, I assume.
So
That was
to
awesome.
so yeah, obviously you guys will eventually return to Casa de Grey, and Boomer will immediately begin ritually casting detect magics, which will spend 10 whole minutes of his time. So as the Greys try to meet the new friend, he's just going to be ignoring them and casting a spell, which is fine.
Yeah, he does that. That's his go-to thing.
What?
He has a
But-
very specific, methodic process that he has to follow exactly every time he goes anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
I also,
if it makes him comfortable, then sure.
Yeah, I've seen these quirky invader types before.
it doesn't really have a very strong success rate. It's like his blanket, security wise.
Right. Well, Evan, thank you for getting all the things, and I'm gonna start cooking them right away. So, Giuseppe, if you want to take them into the front room, I'll get cooking dinner as best as I can, and then obviously catch up with them, see what they want to do, and show them to the rooms.
Yeah, you can see some of the family portraits as well.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget before you show them to dust the pictures. They're filthy.
Well. I'm just checking. I'm not coming in hot micing anymore.
No.
No.
You're still on roll
You
20.
are for me. Yeah.
I've got Roll20 audio muted, so it might be
Okay,
worth.
that's you then.
I have just muted it, but it's still coming
Oh.
through.
Oh, that's well. Mine says on my mic. It says others can hear or see nothing.
That is
Have you
really
given
odd.
it a? It won't go through until you give it a little refresh.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, refresh the.
No, I think she meant Ben refresh, not you.
I'm gonna try
To
it
like
anyway,
refresh the
we
settings. Yeah.
Press roll 20.
But yeah, so Petal will take the ingredients and will over a period of time attempt, and she can, as I've said before, their interaction with the physical world is they're able to, but sometimes it's inconsistent in the sense, like one time if she goes to pick up a knife to cut something, like it, perhaps sometimes every so often it'll take like a couple of attempts to grab it and then it'll be fine. It's slightly iffy with them, and the same is for Giuseppe. Sometimes like he'll go to open a door as he leads you guys through, and his hand will pass through it a couple times, and it's frustrating, but after like the third or fourth attempt it will work. Are you back, Ben?
Yep, I'm here.
That's fixing it.
Yeah. Giuseppe will be like showing people to the landing and like go, and this is my papa, Giovanni Gio, and he'll be like brushing the painting with his tail like behind him as like hoping they don't notice.
Yeah. So you kind of turn your back to the painting and kind of gesture towards it, and like very stealthily, like some of the eagle-eyed people in the group will notice just a spectral tear just looking at it slightly.
So, and you sleep together? Do you want separate rooms, or what do you want?
A one each if you've got spare.
Sky God? How big's this mansion?
Big enough.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, as far as you're aware, Francisco's still got his old room from when he was a kitten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop. We'll
Is he
take
still
you
gonna
to
fit
your
in
room,
the
Frankie.
bed?
We'll see.
So have your room, Frankie. Get me acquainted with it.
I'll have a look here.
You open the door, and what you see is it is scaled wise. It is more of a young person's room. The bed is a little small, and what you can see, it's like a large wicker cat bed in the corner.
Of course it is.
Joking. No, it's a bed. But it is a kid's bed, and you can see that there are multitudes of toys that are mostly made of wood and carved and made as well as they can. They're not perfect, but they are decent. Ray does indeed have a racing kart bed.
Just going to say the same thing.
I could modify the bed so it makes a racing car sound.
Oh,
Stick an engine on it.
But you do notice as well that there are a number of hanging things that look like sparring equipment, which have barely been used, but are there, as mixed in with all of the toys, blocks, little figures and things like this that have been carved and made for you, or at least were made for you.
I give like a little scarecrow-looking punching bag a bit of a tap.
Roll to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just knock it clean onto the floor. Like, you punch it and you just knock it over, because it's got like a small squared base, and you just punch it and it's just... Psh.
Got a wallop on you.
Only
Was
tapped
that
it.
the old days?
Yeah, but it is scaled for a kid.
Yeah.
It's a small one. It's probably like, it probably comes up to your waist.
Oh.
So you kind of like undercut it, like in the jaw.
I guess that I've got the rest of the group and I'll sort of like show
Yeah,
them.
and eventually everyone would be shown to modest guest rooms, if not slightly dishevelled. They're all basic. They're not extravagant. They're not lavish, but they are nice. You're all shown to these different rooms where you can place anything you want and like lay it down. Eventually, you'll all be led into like a small dining area where I'd imagine Evan, as part of the request, probably picked up some like drinks like mead or something, like a couple of casks of it, which have been placed out, and you guys can sit and at least discuss plans going forward, given obviously Grace held the new information you received last session and things like this. What's the plan going forward? How are you going to do it? Or other points and places of interest that you guys have got. Giuseppe's going to sit with you guys, so obviously you're free to talk to him as well as part of. And Giuseppe, you can interact and join in freely as well.
Mm-hmm. So we believe that Heinrich?
Yep.
Yeah, Heinrich is the one in possession of the ring. Do we know where he lives?
Helra, make a quick history check.
History.
Yes. Given you'd be the person with the most chance to know.
That is an 11.
He's probably most likely in the main clan building, if not part of one of the few clan homes in the city. They are usually marked with the clan's markings, whether it's his specifically or something you don't know. But there's a good chance, because he's alive, that he's going to be living with the clan.
I will explain that to the rest to Gretel.
Yeah. And what kind of position does he? How high up is he? If we piss him off, is it going to be really bad?
I mean, he is the father of Brunhilde.
He
I'm
is.
more
Yeah.
about her being pissed off with us than him, to be quite honest.
You're telling me he ain't the leader?
Oh, no. Much time has passed. He is an old man. You know how Gretel is now older?
Yeah, Dole. I know how time works, but
Oh dear.
I believe Brunhilde took over a few years back now. He was getting too old, isn't from what she said to us.
About 4 or 5
earlier
years ago this happened, Rose.
Yeah, yes. So yeah, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, she took over, and I personally think she's doing a good job. I don't know about anybody else.
Excellent. Yeah, it might be worth talking to Brunhilde first. Because I wanted to kind of show that I don't hold any particular grudge, or I still have some sort of allegiance with her, I guess.
This is where it is going to come into effect, but I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're really quick and can punch really hard, and you did give me a little bit of a runaround for some time when we fought.
Yeah.
There is a thing here, right? The duel, the fight thing. Why not?
I'm aware. I would prefer it not to come to that. I mean, he's an old man. But...
Get it? Like it's part of honor. It's what's the best way of explaining it? If you are both enacting a fight, it is honor for them. It is one of their things, right?
If he's unwilling to just hand it over, then yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say, anyone from this country would be more than aware of these sorts of customs.
It just might be more than just trying to force his hand to give you over the thing, and then, I mean, God's forbid, then, it ends up coming to blows without honor, and suddenly you've killed the father of, or we've killed the father of our biggest benefactor.
But they don't have to be to the death, and I am more than capable of knocking someone out without killing them.
I think this might be our best way of doing it. Fight. What's it called? You know what I'm getting.
Muthral.
Muthral.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. So you suggest a Muthral for
Yeah.
your family?
For me,
I
and
mean,
I
sorry?
can't speak for your ma, but I think for me, whatever you want to do, you do it. Like if it's a sit down, if it's a duel, you're ahead of the Greys now. You do what you gotta do.
We'll try the talking option first, though it's not my strongest tactic. And if it comes to a duel, just hit and run.
No,
You can't be that quick.
about a Muthral, you can't run.
Yeah, run as in the way I run during a fight. It's out the way and then back in again.
Yeah, he runs circles. He don't run away.
Yeah, hit and move.
Yeah, but you just go around them. You don't do what you do, which is run really, really far away, and then they have to chase you.
Yeah, but then I turn around and run back, and then run really, really far away.
So as you run back, it ain't desertion. I found that out.
It's a tactical retreat.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happens if you
and-
don't go back? Then? Just running away.
If I do it for what?
Suddenly, Greytail's just disappearing into the distance, and we're like, he said he'd come back, right?
Any minute now.
One day. That's my exit strategy.
It's the only strategy.
Sorry, Evan, you were going to speak and didn't.
That was Boomer then.
No, I was going to say something. and
Oh,
I've
sorry, I
forgotten
didn't
what was
hear
gonna-
you. Go on, carry on.
No, I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten it. So
Can't have been important.
no, probably some sarcastic comment. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Sounds about right. But I just mean it would allow for them to save a little face as well, rather than it's coming across as that you are trying to reclaim your birthright and reclaim the leadership of the clan. Unless you want.
I'll make it fully clear that there's no intent of rebuilding the old clan.
Well, also, yeah, the fact of your clan wasn't the rulers here, correct? There should be no threat of that.
No, I was paid to do a job. I wasn't never blooded in or anything.
So you just worked for them. You weren't actually a member.
No.
Okay. That should give some leeway.
Similar to Helra, you were more of a man on a payroll.
Loyalty can be bought sometimes, I understand. But we're here for you, Gray. Whatever you need. Obviously,
I
you
assume
can't.
these duels would be one-on-one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
They would be enforced to be one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like
any intervention would invalidate
from either side. Like
Yeah.
not just necessarily you guys, but even knowing that like the Skjalls are the Skjalls, they would be very, very insurative that like no one fucking gets in the way of this shit. Do you know what I mean?
I meant less getting involved in the fight and more for moral support, by the way.
I don't think
Don't really
Vian's
get it,
magic
moral
would be allowed.
No, I don't mean like that's kind of oh my god, stop being a dick. Like, really? You know what I'm getting at? Fucking
You can
cat.
come watch. Wait,
Hey!
Yes, you heard
Yeah.
me. Stop being a dick.
Wow. Get out of my house. I've always wanted to say that.
Get
Yeah,
out
but we
her
also-
house.
My.
Well, technically, you're squatting at the moment, or your parents are squatting. I can't decide which.
You come into
Yeah.
my house, you call me a squatter?
I
Oh my god, I
Also-
wasn't defensive.
Helra, Helra.
Put the shovel
Yes?
down.
Yes, that. Also, stop calling out someone for being a dick when you're also doing the same yourself. This was a nice, enjoyable meal. We did not need to start throwing insults at everyone.
Succulent Chinese meal.
Shut up. The New Yorkers. I'm expecting
Hey, I'm
to see
here.
pizza here.
I was thinking this, but how many tomatoes do you get in the frozen north? I don't know what we're eating, but
I have
Not
no
many. Not many. Any tomatoes would be imported and probably would have gone bad because of frostbite.
Uh-huh.
But
The country wouldn't even think to use magic to preserve.
yeah, but when it is possible, but that would be restricted only for the people with wealth, because your average commoner can't exactly afford preservatives of that scale. Outside of things like salt and things as preservatives. Even still, that's a little expensive, yeah. Michael is entirely right. It's just that would be reserved for prominent people because it's not cheap. But eventually, the food would come through, and what it is, it's a hearty vegetable broth, with various seafood in. So you've got shrimps, scallops, and mussels in this like thick vegetable broth. That's what is made at least as quickly as it can, and as Petal puts it down and goes, well, I couldn't get everything I wanted, but at least it's something for you guys, and it's warm, it's nice, it's hearty, it's beautiful.
It smells good.
honey, anything you make is delicious. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, honey. So, I did hear you all talking, and whatever you do, honey, just be safe. You hear? Other-
Always safe.
Otherwise, I'll kill you myself.
But, okay.
I'm
Just got a
joking.
knife in a hand.
I'm joking. Don't worry. Would never hurt you. Also, a quick pan as well during the conversations and as this food starts to come through, because it didn't take very long to prepare, because it was more a case of warming everything up, because seafood only takes a very short amount of time to actually cook, about 20 minutes at most. Boomer, your detect magic would have eventually have gone off.
Yes.
The spectral figures do give off some energies naturally because of the essences they are, but nothing innately arcane. But they do have some energy to them. One other
Okay.
thing you do notice, actually, is behind the painting of Grandpa Geo, you do notice some abjuration magic coming from behind that. As you were walking around the house. Not terribly strong, but there is something.
I'd go get Gray.
Mhm.
There's some
Which
magic
one's-
behind this. There's magic behind this particular painting.
I'll see if the painting comes off the wall.
Mm.
So as you lift the painting off the wall, you notice there's actually a small wall safe in the wall.
Oh. Well,
Do I know about this?
You would. Right. Give me a
Say,
give me a
I was
sec.
gonna say,
Ben.
if you haven't got the combination, I've got something that'll open it.
I do the whole putting your ear against the safe and then turning it, hearing for the clicks.
I assume
I
I've
think
got
you
the
should be a thief.
combination.
Probably, but I used to be a
You-
thief,
you-
so I've just gone into a.
You would entirely have the combination.
You could probably also reach in.
Frankie, it's 5427.
9.
Is that his birthday? Or. Because I know sometimes parents like to use their kid's birthday.
What year is it?
Well, given that you're what, like early
20.
20s, 20, so
5447.
well, it's probably 50. It's probably 57 at the moment if we're going off of something.
Yeah, that would be about right.
I have no idea what it is, but yeah, we'll just add. Yeah, no, 47. Sorry, not 57.
Yeah, because you're trying to work back off the current year, aren't you?
No, I'm trying to work the current year or work up to the current year to figure out what if that would have been
Yeah.
his date.
So yeah, obviously, Francisco, you see this safe, and Giuseppe, obviously, you see Francisco finding it, and it's one of them things you never think about it, and then it's like you do recall, obviously, what it is, considering it technically is still your house, kind of, not really.
Oh, yeah. It's just a few things, Frankie. It's some valuables and quite a handy ring when if you're out in the tundra and it's cold. It protects you from really cold temperatures. It makes you feel
Uh-huh.
warm.
That could be useful.
Do you give him the combination to open said safe, or do you let him crack it?
Yeah, I already improv
It's already
a number that caused everyone to like conspiracy theories.
That-
So
Got it.
That's why we can
Go.
first do
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Okay. I thought you were all just going off on one because.
That's what we do.
So yeah, you put the combination in, and with a satisfying, it does pull open, and just for the sake of, if you go to the DMG and look at the boots of the Winterlands, it's got the temperature properties of the boots of the Winterlands.
Pretty much what Spoon was wearing.
Yeah, just without the resistance to cold damage. That's all the difference is. But
Yeah.
it says a ring and doesn't require attunement.
Cool.
So you
it's
have the
all-
ability to not have. You can ignore difficult terrain created by ice and snow. You can tolerate temperatures as low as -50 Fahrenheit without losing additional protection. And if you're wearing heavy clothes, you can tolerate up to -100. It's just that boot flavored as a ring that doesn't need attunement.
Okay, cool.
The only downside is you don't get the resistance to cold damage. but-
which means when we're fighting in a blizzard, he can still run at full speed.
Pretty much
I can do that. I can do
exactly
that
that, yeah.
anyway.
Like when you were fighting the ice golem, yeah, because there was difficult terrain because of the blizzard it created, you could have ignored it. But
Technically, I can ignore difficult terrain.
you
if I want to
you also
anyway, but-
see inside, you see a couple of pouches of one looks like coin and the other looks like gem of some sort. Do you pull them out or do you just leave them be?
Yeah, take them out. Have a nosy in.
Okay. The gems, what you notice is you see it's a pouch of jade that you probably can't figure out quite how much there is without someone having a look at it. But yeah, so you have a small pouch of jade and you have a pouch of coins that you don't recognize. They're silver in color and they're slightly square shaped. You don't recognize them. You've never seen coins like this before.
Oh god, they're the John Wick coins. Just this version.
Where are these from? I ask Giuseppe, holding up a coin.
You remember Giuseppe? These were a gift from one of the people you used to work with way back in the day, and it was sort of those a friend of a friend of a friend had found them in some ruins like hundreds of fucking years ago, like ancient coins and stuff, and they've kind of just been passed around as a bargaining tool and chip, and you've had them and never known what to do with them really.
Yeah, I see that. Like collectibles, they're just me in the past used to like trade them for things, but I didn't know what to do with them.
At a rough count,
That's-
you can see 100.
Cool. Do you mind if I take one just in case we find something similar?
Frankie, this is all yours, Frankie. This is the will.
Yeah, so
Me-
I'll just put one in the bag of holding. And are the gems just valuable gems?
It's jade, specifically.
Jade, sorry. Yeah.
It's a pouch of jade. You don't know how much is there in terms of gold value, but it is a pouch of jade.
Okay.
So in there you
Uh,
found like these bags of silver square coins. You found a pouch of jade and this ring of the Winterlands.
Cool. I will take the ring, take one of the coins. Everything else can stay in the safe. for
Yes,
now.
you're leaving the jade, 99 of the coins, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, do you want me to give you a character sheet? Just, or are you going to mark that they're in the house? Like, just because otherwise, it's up to you to keep track of shit in your house.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'll keep it on
Just,
the-
yeah, feel free to just mark it on a PC character sheet, like what's at home sort of thing. But other than that, Boomer, you don't pick up anything else innately magical in the building. Having a little nosy around the dining room where you are. Apart from, obviously, you guys. Nothing else?
Yeah,
Piques your
just all
interest?
the usual.
Yeah. The only thing you did notice, like I said, was the wall save. Well,
Yeah.
the items in it.
After that, I'll just find a nice quiet table and then I'll just carry on working with me.
Yeah, so at the
Well-
end of the dining table, you start pulling out your equipment and start working away.
And have something else on standby for a little later.
Aye. So what are you planning on doing, Frankie?
we will go talk to what's her face, Brunhilde.
Brunhilde.
We'll talk to her first. See if we can't just ask for it. Probably not going to just give it over, and then I'll ask him, and then I may have to fight him for it.
Just whatever you do, be safe, honey.
Mhm.
Maybe older, but he certainly, I would assume, still knows what he's doing. Don't get
Yeah.
yourself into trouble. Again.
I would know how old he was when I died. And that was like 10 years ago.
It was longer than that. You'd look, it's about 15 years ago.
15, yeah.
He was. You remember vaguely he was in his early 40s, mid to early 40s. You know, you wouldn't have, because obviously you didn't know him. You didn't exactly know specifically. You just knew he was about early mid 40s.
Yeah.
So, add in the
Yeah.
rough maths, he could be late 50s, 60s.
60s, yeah. He might not be an old man. He might still be wiry, and just be careful.
Yeah. No, he's hardly decrepit. He would still
No.
be physically decent, especially if he's kept himself in shape.
I'll fight him as if he was in his prime.
Fight honourably, but don't pull any punches.
Maybe the last one.
That's my boy.
But and what I'm going to do is I am going to slightly time skip a little bit, but again, if anyone wants to do anything, please intervene. So meals are had, and it is go on.
If me and Giuseppe were to spar, which I assume we would at some point,
Yeah.
does he use a weapon? How does Giuseppe fight?
Giuseppe, what's your preference on fighting? Going off standard monk stuff, you are trained in simple and some martial weapons, but would you be a mix of, or would you be pure fisting?
Mhm. Oh yes.
I think what Greytail finds out is he's a little bit disturbed about how similar his fighting style is to Giuseppe's,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "This is like I thought I learnt this myself. I thought no, he does that."
Yeah. Ah. So
Yes.
I have literally 1-to-1
Almost, yeah.
The style.
What it is, the things you thought you self-taught, you
Mhm.
were subconsciously pulling off
Yeah.
the basic trainings you were given as a kitten and have developed on top of. Granted, you are doing some things that are different, but that's because you were given the framework and were left to go in your own direction. But the initial and basics are almost point for point. So it would be very safe to say that you would be a very different man if you wasn't a grey. Whether you knew it or not, it has influenced your life in more ways than you would have thought.
I'd say that Giuseppe he's a higher level, isn't he? So he
Yeah.
probably knows like one or
He
two
would be.
things that catch you off guard once you
Mhm.
start getting
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah, because in terms of if he was alive now, in terms of PC level, he'd probably be 15, 16, maybe. Your dad?
Hmm. Cool.
But food's eaten. There are go on.
I was just going to say out of character, I'm almost tempted to say Brunhilde, bring Heinrich down here and have my dad's better than your dad fight, but
I actually did wonder if you were going to challenge him to a fight, would you do it on the grounds just so the parents could watch and cheer from the rafters? I actually did think, would you? No, that sounds stupid. But the fact that someone else has mentioned it now makes me happy.
Fight me in my father's dojo.
oh no, I was thinking like ghost fight it, like it's just like my dad's bigger than your dad fight, like yeah.
Yeah, but we already know how that went down the first time. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, there
No,
was
no,
six
no, no,
goons.
no. Actually, no, we don't. Because
Yeah,
as far as we know, Heinrich didn't do the killing. We got somebody else to go and do it.
yeah, it's fair.
Possibly.
So that's it. We just get, it's just like, oh yes, come here, see the monument to your victory. Oh, by the way, and then just Giuseppe just appears and just goes, I challenge you to a thrall.
Be interesting. But no, like obviously you guys begin resting essentially. Conversations are had and things, and the rest of the day, what's left of it, will begin to go. Again, if anyone wants to do anything, please just say.
And wait for nightfall.
As the night does eventually fall, and I'd imagine most would retire to their rooms. Petal would just say to Giuseppe, "Right, well, come on, honey. Well, let's go and rest, huh? We got some celebrating to do. Our boy's home, huh?"
Yeah, just a second, I'll catch you up. And you'll just point to like boom. There must be like a sort of man cupboard, sort of workshop area for just maintenance and stuff.
I'd imagine there's like a carpenter's cupboard, yeah, for like
Yeah.
repairs around the house and things. But yeah, so Petal will leave. And obviously, as certain other people are leaving and in the process of getting ready to go, you lock eyes with Boomer.
Yeah, that just over here. If you're working, work over here. But just if you when you're working, and I know you weren't with your gang, with your group, but just remember they're your strength. Don't go too far away from them. And he just sort of walks off.
Boom is like possible, like acknowledges it.
But Boomer,
Just rewind back for when I was in the main hall.
sure.
It's laser time.
Of course.
As he, because I take it was a long rod, wasn't it? From what I remember.
It's like a wand essentially.
Yeah. So I'll put it partly out of the bag of holding.
Go on.
Yeah. So where's like everyone sitting?
Well, it's like a long dining table sort of thing, and everyone's either in the process of sat at it, stood by it, or I'd imagine in the vicinity of the room.
Okay, so I'll activate the air laser and point it towards Grey.
Right.
Is anyone reacting to it if you see it?
Well, if he's
Tiny
pointing
dot, I imagine I don't notice it.
And if he's pointing it at me, it's on me, so I can't see it.
Yep.
People make perception checks. fuck's sake. Giuseppe, just roll a d20, please.
Yeah.
With my
Giuseppe sees it. Anyone with a perception above, we'll say 15, sees it.
All three tabaxi see it.
Petal didn't. So Helra and Petal are the only ones that don't see it.
Well, they'll
Oh,
just
I think
start.
you spilled something. And I passed Great Hill a napkin.
Yeah, I
And
try and brush it
I'll-
off.
I'll move it slightly over, like shaking it. And
He's
you
gonna
know,
levitate something.
No, he's got a laser pointer.
It's a laser
Ah.
pointer. I punch it. Probably punching myself at the same time.
Yeah. Ignore the damage part, but yeah, you kind of punch out at it, and your hand just goes through it.
I'll do a wisdom saving throw kind of thing.
If you wish, yes. Or if you wish to purposely fail or succeed, that's up to you. Because I'm gonna say, because this is kind of a bit of fun roleplay, I will
Yeah.
let you free range on how your character reacts.
Yeah, just be like, Frankie, it's not there.
What is it?
I know it looks there, but it's not there. It took me 30, 40 years to get to grips with this.
How many ghosts are in this house?
No, Frankie, look, point there. Look at him over there. The wise guy over there. Look there.
I'll put the laser away.
Not my hand. Look there.
yeah, wise guy.
Boomer, make a sleight of hand check. Ooh. As you look over, Gray eventually, after like about the third attempt, you just watch as Boom is like elbow deep in his bag of holding, just like quickly shoving it away, and you clock eyes that he was doing something.
I slap him. Not hard.
Yeah, not enough for damage, but enough to be like, oi, fucker.
Yes, look.
Even your bloody toys. That one doesn't go boom as well, does it?
No, just something else.
Well, normally when you point one of your toys at something, they get hurt. So I'd prefer it if you didn't.
Okay. And then you just pointed at Deer then.
Oh dear, Deer's free game.
Things aren't funny if they happen to Greytail. What about Deer? Deer's fine. Go for the throw.
Well, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Laser pointers aside. Are you
It was
feeling
worth it. It was worth it.
Rest will eventually come to everybody. Nightfall will come. Sleep will take all of you, except Persephone, who doesn't ever sleep. And then the morning will eventually return to
Just a quick question, sorry. What time do we have dinner roughly?
probably a little later than normal, but it was about the right time.
I don't know what time we got there. Yeah.
But sleep and waking up comes easy to everyone, except Evan. Your sleep was, or at least going to sleep was perfectly fine. Your sleep itself was adequate, probably a little disruptive, but you're probably used to it at this point in your life. The issue is the waking up part.
Hi, Xerxes.
A familial hand. But what it is, you kind of instinctually, like, you know, like that sixth sense. You feel the little slight pressure as he stands and lurches onto your chest, ready. And you kind of half open your eyes, startled because you know what the fuck's about to happen. But it hasn't happened yet. And you open your eyes and Xerxes there.
Morning, Xerxes. What can we do for you today?
Good morning. It's not for me. But Joseph has made some good work. Almost. I told you I would let you know, did I not?
Mm-hmm.
He's been speaking with the Arcanists for some time now and has been attempting to persuade them to speak with leadership. And has done so. He has gotten himself a meeting, but does not wish to go alone.
Uh-huh. When? Where?
Where is in their abode? The when is in little over a week from now. Although this can be changed if needed.
How many are invited to go with?
This is not an invitation on their behalf, but he has made request to bring people with him. I would say limit it as much as possible, but there should in theory be no limit.
Tempted.
Say that again, Michael.
I'm about to say, I'm tempted to say let's take it in a week if you can provide transport to get me there, and then I can have we can have a little scout round the place before. Well, this is Michael speaking, but this is probably
Yeah, this is
conversation
just
I
you
think
thinking out loud, yeah.
probably a good idea for us to have a scout round the facility before we go and do our own breaking and entering.
Yeah. Because that's in 2 weeks.
That's in
A week and 6
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 13 days we'll be sneaking in anyway, but we can possibly go and scout beforehand, get the lay of the land, and maybe come to some knowledge. I will bring this up as a topic to discuss with the group. See what the best plan to be made is.
Well, I have some time for the moment. Joseph is training and preparing himself as best as he can as per his morning routine. I will wait
Fine.
with you all.
Okay. There's probably some breakfast possibly being made downstairs.
I'll go and acquaint myself with this breakfast.
You do that.
And Xerxes will stretch the wings and take off towards the door.
Yeah, I go over, open the door. We have an extra guest. Xerxes is here. Shut the door and then go and change.
Yeah, as people in the morning would be waking up at different times, and obviously whether you're an early riser or a lazy motherfucker, that is up to you. But the call is made out and everyone would eventually be disturbed and woken up and then gathered in the morning. As obviously for Giuseppe and Petal, this is the first time seeing Xerxes. Everyone else has at least seen Xerxes at least once.
Uh-huh.
They are aware of his existence.
What is it?
It's a imp.
Yeah.
Okay.
The familiar, and just out of character, it's the familiar of Joseph.
Mhm.
Or for Joseph, sorry.
Yeah, he's friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly enough.
He's entirely friendly.
No, I was saying that to Giuseppe and Petal.
About Xerxes.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm fucking adorable.
I mean, you don't slap me, so I'm not bothered.
Okay, it takes all sorts, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've encountered some weird stuff.
You do on the road. You do.
I've just spoken with Evan and made the request, as Joseph has made a request to have people with him for a meeting. And obviously he's speaking to the table, Evan, as you're getting changed and getting ready and coming down. And I imagine you probably come down partway through the conversation.
Yes, the meeting is so far scheduled for
Just over a week.
a week's time. I'm in two minds of whether or not we push it back to when other plans have been there, or if we wish to go and speak to them first.
Other plans?
We'd got some other interactions that we may want to be on the other side of before we have that conversation with them. But I think it's best if we do have speak with an actual conversation with this group and maybe see what they're all about.
If I may be so bold, what is the interaction with them that you're meant to be having?
Hostage extraction.
We think.
They have Cass?
Yeah, do we know that they're where these roguish wizards are sending us?
Supposedly, it's the same facility, but
Okay.
hopefully this negotiation means we may be able to free the people beforehand.
Or at least
Yes.
confirm that they're there, yeah, and where they are.
Multiple options, we can see that. On one hand, it may help it would help us to have you there, it would help you feel more confident for us being there. On the other hand, there is a somewhat antagonistic connection between the two, and it may harm your negotiations us being there. Just to be completely honest.
Joseph's more than aware. It's just, given the line of work and the people he's interacted with, you specifically are one of the few people that he's aware of that are able, and that he would consider worth having with him. Given most of the other connections he has are with the guards of Skjalfa, who are entirely inadequate.
As we are very well aware. So, what are your decisions on the options? Should we try and speak beforehand, or try and coincide our efforts?
I think go beforehand. Get a look at the place.
Anyone else? Helra, Brienne, Boomer, Gia.
Yeah.
Hela's not involved in it. She got told yesterday, so she's kind of staying out of things.
Got it.
Okay.
What does this meeting entitle, though? Or entail?
The purpose of our meeting was to ascertain their means, their goals, and what can be done to assist them if the means were to change their trajectory enough that it would not cause issues for people at large.
So try and find a compromise.
And
More or
hopefully
less.
hopefully they won't turn magic off again.
Well, it is entirely a troublesome problem, and if they are to continue as they are going to cause far more damage than they are seeking to fix. So the goal would be to identify what specifically they're after and a way that they can accomplish it in the least destructive or non-destructive method.
Uh-huh.
Are they aware that Joseph is magical? Is he magical? Yeah, he definitely
They
is.
are aware of his connections and his abilities to myself and Zyrella,
It could
but
just be a trap to kidnap him and drain him.
he's been speaking with them for a number of weeks now. We have been, unfortunately, stuck speaking with lesser leaders in the structure, but this meeting is to speak with those in charge, hopefully.
Even though one of them numbers tried to attack me.
Which one was this boy?
Is it Soviet?
Solar, number
Solid.
5.
Yeah. Solid, if the name rings a bell.
I'm aware of this girl.
Yeah, it's like, I don't suppose you're obviously aware of someone called Penelope.
I know of her, yes, through Joseph.
Yeah. So I decided to pay me and her a little visit. I nearly killed her.
Right.
For my thought, exactly, if I go, there'd be massive explosions.
So then it's probably best, if anyone is to attend, that yourself is to be excluded.
Correct. I would not hold back.
So yourself would probably be best preparing for this extraction that you're preparing for, right?
If we
Yes.
can't potentially get the people out during the meeting.
It would be possible, given that, as far as myself, Zyrella, and Joseph are aware, that we would have the ire of a lot of people of import during this meeting, it would be easier to do things if you are insistent on your missions.
Whereabouts is this meeting meant to be taking place, though?
Inside of their facility, through the plane of existence they have created.
Yeah,
I've
that's
met Sala and she seemed nice to me. Not that she is, but that would probably be a good hello, how are you from her perspective.
So it seems that all of you have had varying interactions with this girl. I'm assuming the same to be said with other members.
Can I
I don't remember.
suggestion if it's okay?
What?
I didn't speak in my accent. Sorry, I said, would you mind if I make a suggestion? If it's
Yeah.
okay. You take non-magic casters. I know that really restricts your people, but they will be after those. If it is to be a trap, like you suggest, you take your people that don't really, for example, Vian will be a prime suspect, target, as will Deer. And
But wouldn't that just be me going on my own, though?
Have a nice trip, Great Hill.
No,
Persephone
I mean,
too. but-
Evan and people like that could go, but it is literally like dangling the fruit of the tree.
Hmm.
I just mean Vian and Dia are like top spellcasters. We're all just the peons. Also, you forgot about Persephone, and she's not here currently, but she's in
Yeah.
the background.
Persephone's
I forgot.
currently nosing around the barn that's on the grounds.
perhaps it might be an idea to go see Penelope. She might have something for defensive or way of escape in case things go bad.
An exit
This is-
strategy is a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's to be a parlay, no?
Well, it's the intention, yes. And people are more than welcome to bring their armaments and things as a precaution, but there is no intention or mean to have them used. We are to have a negotiation. Similar to the
Yes,
ones
this-
that we've been doing for a while now.
This is Evan's choice, though, and I don't think any of us will think differently of him if he was to choose something that we hadn't suggested. It is his best friend that he is trying to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that, Boomer, if you were to attack, you are maybe best to stay behind if it is that you are trying to get your friend back.
I agree.
Or you come and you don't attack.
Oh, I could say, if I go, I'll attack without regret. So it's best I don't go.
That seems like a really bad plan. Like to just attack anyone ever on site. Are you not familiar with politics?
No, he's familiar with vengeance at the moment,
Yes.
which is why he's saying he's not going to do it.
I mean, I guess it's fair enough. I'm just kind of confused as to what like personal gain there is to attacking on site.
Just be warned, boy. Vengeance will fill the hole in your heart, but for a moment. It will always be a hole. You'll always be looking for the next one. So don't bother. Fix the hole. Don't fill it.
How I fix things. With explosions.
You'll just be warned. It'll lead you down a dark path that many don't recover from.
Understood.
Very, very few ever come back from a path filled with vengeance.
Dark side.
Pretty much.
Out of character, I find it entirely funny that a devil
Yep.
is telling you not to the evil thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it is quite ironic. But he's also probably the best person to say it because he's seen it thousands and thousands of times.
Oh, well.
If you wish, if it is easier for you to discuss, I can have arrangement made to bring Joseph here now, if you wish. He should be done in the next few moments, hopefully. Or I can make him finished.
It's up to you, Evan. This is your friend.
I think it would be better if we went and had a conversation with him beforehand.
Right, well, the
And who
question...
you... Sorry.
I think you were about to ask the same thing, Xerxes, so go on.
Yeah, when and who, basically.
Yeah, the who would you be taking with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, can we, out of character for a moment, can we just say that we'll discuss it later because I'm not in the mood to make that decision at the moment.
Fair enough.
You need a moment to think.
I'm just...
We in character discussed it. We will announce our in character discussion in the future out of character.
Yeah.
Change.
Or it may have to have it afterwards. I'm trying not to fall asleep at the moment, guys.
It's okay.
I was about to say, to be absolutely fair, I had just kind of lay down on the floor and was the furthest away from a microphone which I'd muted. And then you said, right, Evan, I want to have a word with you. You bastard.
Why were you lying on the floor?
Because
Well-
my back hurts because I've just been crawling around a forest playing paintball.
Oh yeah.
He got shot.
boy.
I only got shot 3 times. It was more the fact that I was, taking cover. It just hurt. And
You get used to it.
Do you want to say to Circe to think about it and come back maybe tomorrow, and then you'll give him your decision?
You don't have
Yes.
to decide until we're actually going on the meeting.
Yeah.
So
We'll have a better idea when we get to it, yes.
And I will make sure that Joseph is made aware.
Mhm.
I do like the idea, though, of doing this while you do your extraction, but whatever is easier for the rest of you.
We
do them
will
both at the
discuss.
same time.
It's something we could do.
Well, it would serve as a good distraction, would it not? The fact that most of the leadership would be watching and talking in this meeting.
I would maybe suggest
But
against that. Just
I
devil's
will,
advocate.
I will allow you to discuss. I will return to Joseph for the meantime, but I will be back soon.
Of course.
Even it seems that Evan here is about to fall asleep.
It's that busted kidney again.
Yes, go with that.
Harold, do we have any coffee? Coffee?
Coffee.
Well, I mean,
I didn't buy any, so no.
we used to, but I don't think we got any more. No,
Eh,
I think the last of it
it's
went
okay.
bad about 6 months back.
yeah. Sorry, can't help you there, fella.
Good to know.
I'll speak with you all soon. I will be back tomorrow. I will make sure to bring Joseph. And he'll
You
kind of
will.
click his fingers and just.
I hope he remembers when he comes through to not drop Joseph on wherever I am at the time.
What? Yeah, because he's got a habit of spawning on you.
Yeah.
So, was that another one of your friends? Ray?
A friend of another one of our friends that is much more able to come and talk with us than said friend can do.
Yeah,
Right.
Joseph is a monster hunter. Was kind of the vague.
Monster,
Description I got.
mage, something hunter, yes.
Keeper of the
Oh.
balance.
Uh-huh. Speaking
Yeah.
of, I'm kind of like, Evan kind of just goes over. Oh yeah, I did say I'd try this. If you really want me to try and cast this spell, Hera.
The
Oh.
detect.
No.
No.
Remove curse.
It's
Go
what?
on.
You were saying you could need a remove curse spell. Well, I remembered to gain its abilities this morning. I did say it
Who was
probably
that
would.
from again?
You said like last week you needed to remove curse. You discussed it again yesterday while we were traveling.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if it'll work. Cass is probably a bit stronger than I am to try and do it, but I can still try.
Yeah, and completely
Maybe
forgotten.
outside.
No, do it inside.
Yeah, don't remove curse on the nice new rug.
Okay. Oh god, I'm going to explode. Okay.
Don't cast remove curse and then just delete my parents by accident.
Cast it
Oh
on
yeah,
a
that one
curse.
too.
So, take Hera outside,
Uh-huh.
and you attempt to cast Remove Curse.
That I do.
Hey, Aura, can you roll a D100 for me, please?
Okay. I don't know what's about to happen.
Roll a nat 1 and it's the injury table and somehow my head explodes.
That's a 72.
Evan, your hand glows as you put the energy into Hailra, and Hailra, you can feel as it goes in you, you can feel the warmth, and it's very low, close to where he touches you. You can feel like your body, like almost as if you're in like an inn with like a fire, and it's like extreme warmth, but it's very, very quickly snuffed and pushed back out. And Evan, you can actually feel like, you know, when you try and put two magnets of the same polar to each other, and it's like that pushing force, but it's very violent, and it kind of throws your hand back. And Hailra, you immediately feel pain in that spot as things push and reassert dominance, and you can feel the crown around your head burn a little with pain, as you do in fact take 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
That was actually a really good roll for you. As you could, you almost just get that, you almost get that visual feeling of like a finger wag. Just like, oh no, you don't. The force that is currently attaching you to what forces be at play, far stronger than the energies that were just released onto you.
It doesn't work.
It
She's
didn't-
still there.
It didn't work, but it can work.
I'm going to say, it didn't feel like it was entirely hopeless. It was just nowhere near strong enough.
As I thought, I ain't strong enough, but the ability is there.
Yes.
Would someone's use one of their spell slots assistance work?
Too late now.
No, but no, not I mean for like a.
Is it outside, or is it just me and Evan trying to cure me?
No one said they were coming with, and it's one of them.
We're all just peering out a window.
Yeah, you guys are eating breakfast, and like Evans just took Hal around the back to try this.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck off.
Sorry, I got there before Liam does, but I think Liam might be muted, so he might.
Oh, well, yeah.
Is he feeling okay?
Yeah.
It could work, but maybe we need something stronger.
That we do. But we can keep it in mind as something for what's needed, but that's the main thing.
It was a very good test in the sense of, you know, it's feasible.
But now she knows I'm trying.
That is
And
also
whether
a thing, yeah.
Speeding up the change, that's what you see. How as she realizes this, her face kind of falls a little bit, and she almost like withdraws in on herself before squaring her shoulders and going, "Thank you, though. I appreciate the help."
Like I said, we didn't know what it would do, but there's an attempt. But we can bring more power to it. And
Michael?
I don't know the abilities of it myself, but they drain magic from people, right?
Yep.
The numbers, they can drain magic.
This is what you told me. Yes.
Do you think they'd be able to drain your curse from you?
Maybe. I think we need to find someone who, like, no offense, you are very, very skilled, but
I am skilled in combat. I am not skilled in magic.
my point exactly. Your friend, is she skilled in magic?
She's very knowledgeable and has a much more greater understanding of magic and
You said she was the high priestess, right?
that she was. So she should have a lot more knowledge and abilities than I would. So hopefully we can.
Sure. I just need to start asking everybody if they can remove a curse, like the cat. I'm sorry, deer inside.
I don't think any of them would care if you called deer a cat, but sure.
No, I think that is an insult to cats.
Yes, true.
Even though I mean, he's harmless.
Well, no, he can be of great harm.
I know, but deer is easy to deal with. He's very easily manipulated, if you haven't realized. When someone has a
Oh, I'm
lot of...
fully aware.
Yes.
So, that's that part of the plan done. We'll have to try a multitude of other options, but it can work.
Would you... I hate to ask, but maybe keep this on the down low a little. Some people tend to freak out when they realize there is a literal monster in the park.
You just had
know.
you just had a conversation with an imp.
I know, but there's a difference between somebody that they,
Ah.
that is sleeping in the same parameters and an imp that sometimes pops up. Sorry, I've been dying to cough for about 10 minutes.
A full-on demon or a semi-cursed person. We will have a look into it, but yes.
Thank you.
Just say it was some. Well, you explain the story of what it was if they ask.
Tell them it's none of their business, and that might work. No, that won't work. I've realized that will not work. Just
No,
don't say anything and let them think what they want to think. Best way to do things.
Of course, do that. Head back
I
inside.
think we've got other fish to be frying though with Greytail and his pendants, who are probably going.
I didn't get that many.
Sorry?
Fish. I didn't get that many fish for him.
I know. I did find it funny that they ended up cooking seafood for us, though. I'm not going to lie, but that's because we don't have many fish back home other than squid. There's a lot of lake squid home.
Of course.
But you eventually make your way back in, and breakfast is being made with still parts of the shopping list you were sent out to fetch by yesterday, Evan, and mixing with some of the rations and things obviously you guys have.
Taylor, I saved you some. Deer was trying to make art with it.
Oh,
Wait,
I wasn't.
Okay, you were doing something weird with it, and I just figured we should make sure everyone gets to eat, okay?
I wasn't.
Oh.
I was eating the
wait, what have we got for breakfast? I completely missed what we were having for breakfast.
You currently have sliced pieces of bread with what looks to be like some of the shrimp and prawns that have been made into like a pate.
Oh. Oh, this seems delightful. Thank you, Mrs. Gray.
Of course, no worries, honey. We gotta make sure you're all warm and fed and at least looking strong and happy. We gotta keep you all looking beautiful, huh?
What do you call this dish?
Well,
Think of the plate.
Oh God!
I'm going to learn.
Get out of my
Uh,
house.
Giuseppe will sort of go over to Francesco and be like, "He's not all there, is he?"
He's somewhere. We haven't found it yet.
Maybe not here, but somewhere.
Mm.
but no, Hailra, it's just a seafood pate. It's nothing. It's not one of my specialties or anything. It's just, you know the saying, every part of the animal and all that. We make sure that nothing goes to waste here. But we also make sure that it tastes good, because there's no point in eating everything if it tastes like shit.
Like I said to Evan last night, mostly back home we just have the fish from the fjord and the squids nearby. I've never quite had something like this before. It's quite delicious. Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, I haven't had squid in ages. That would have. Oh, next time bring some. We can try it, because I haven't had it. It's been far too long.
Say, honey, I'd go from Gabagool, but I don't think I don't think it's gonna.
Oh,
Work.
oh yeah.
Sorry, honey.
That's a shame.
How about that if we go to the Baltic seas of the deep uh, oceans, I will still bring you a squid so you can even just look at it.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Or better
that
yet,
flavor.
bring it back alive, and then when I cook it for you all, maybe it'll spawn a ghost and we can eat it.
Is
Or
that how it
maybe a big
works?
pack of
I
cats.
don't
You
know.
have-
I'm just trying to think of things, honey, because trust me, fried squid, nothing better.
Calamari. Beautiful.
Yes, the squid is delightful. Back home, we have quite a lot of squid dishes. But as I was going to say, Deanne, you can construct a tank. That's what you were doing. Why don't we get you a pet, Mrs. Gray? I mean, the house is big enough to have a squid in a tank, correct?
Well, I mean, it's more than big enough, but it depends if little Francisco here would be willing to allow it.
Yeah, I
think
was
about
trying
it.
to build.
You wouldn't
a
want to
tank
hurt
so
your
it can
mom's
swim.
feelings, right?
Pet squid would be cool.
We can get like one of those tank. We can knock out that wall, you know, the big one in the main room, and put like a massive tank so that it supports the structure, and then fill it with squids. There are some that even glow and do like, you know, the things, and she'll just basically make a motion with her hands that look like something flashing. They kind of change color and light. They're quite
And
pretty.
I don't know if that would work because they need the darkness, don't they, of the creases and stuff of the ocean. But if you could get it to work in a tank, then that would be really cool.
I could just dive for a squid. Are they off the coast or?
They're a little hard to find, but you shouldn't have too
You can
much
probably
trouble.
summon one.
Doesn't it that Deer's animals that he summons is vanishes?
Well, yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
shall we move on?
Yeah, well, you've got I'm sure you've got many things to do today, haven't you, honey?
Hmm.
And then you'll be staying at home with your parents all day. Although we would love for you to stay longer, we'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Possibly tonight.
Take these
So
with
we'll get
you.
this-
No, wait. Before you leave, don't you leave.
We're going nowhere.
You
Jesus.
wait there, mister.
God, I've been grounded already.
Hey.
She will go and she will come back with a small, like, papoose piece of fabric. Made some snacks. I asked Evan to pick up a few extra things. I didn't say nothing about them. But I made some tarts for you and your friends, so when you're out today, then you'll have something fresh and fruity to snack on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
also,
they're elderberry and raspberry.
also, Gray, if you ever get grounded, I'm very good at sneaking out of rooms, just so you know.
So am I. I snuck out of the last place I lived.
Mhm. See, this is it. You know, we're in the cars. We're meant to be. I'm gonna... and I don't actually mean it. It's
I
just
don't know.
because his parents are there. I'm trying to wind him up and embarrass him before leaving.
Just Great Ale looks confused and puts the tarts away.
Right, well, you all have a pleasant day and she'll kind of like cup your head with her hands. And listen to me, Greytail, if you end up having to do the fight like you said you don't want to, just make sure you protect yourself, you hear me? Don't want nothing scratching up that beautiful face of yours. Mwah! She'll give you a kiss on the nose.
Giuseppe will give you a slap on the back. It's just like, remember, keep your black up.
Yeah. Right.
While he slaps you on the back, I'll use May's hand to slap it.
So you feel two hands slapping you.
Yeah.
I recognise one of them.
I would probably say in the mix of all of it, no. You'd feel it, but you wouldn't recognise
Yeah.
it. It's just you feel two hands. But no, you listen to me. You come home safe, you hear? And all of you. And she lets go of Grey. He gets himself into a fight. Now, I know, honey, I know you don't like me saying this, but I know it's one of them if he gets into one of these duels or whatever. But you all do whatever you can to help him, you hear me? Just don't get caught. Because I swear to God, if he gets hurt and one of you could have done something, I'll bite you. I think they got the message.
Yep.
You did, honey.
Everyone just kind of like, oh. Right, well, you go on then, honey. So have a good day, all of you. And inside the papoose, essentially, there is 2 tarts per person. There is 1 elderberry and 1 raspberry each. You can eat them as you fucking wish.
Cool.
Okay.
You all get ready to head out, I believe. And
Yeah.
you make your way. It's right. I'm leaving gaps in case anyone goes, hang on, I want to do this. Do you know what I mean? But you make
Oh,
your
yes.
way back to
Mm,
the Idlemore, which if you give me a moment just to pull the map. It's a good hour's trek, as you guys remember, and start making your way there. Eventually, it's still late morning, coming close to noon. You will eventually make your way into the town proper, coming from that western path in.
Evan, is it worth doing the detect items? Is he there? Has he gone to sleep?
Yes,
Nope, I'm here.
I will do that.
I'll cast it when we get to town. No.
You guys have just got to town.
Okay. We'll do it when we get near to.
Yeah, and just to clarify, it's 1,000 feet, isn't it, that it works in?
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, you make your way into town and start making your way through the main thoroughfare towards the central and the main portions of the town, and you walk past the church on the right, and eventually you can see the clan building ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
The locate object spell goes off. Can you just throw it up in the chat for me if you don't mind?
Okie dokie. 1 second, blah, blah, blah.
I can get it if you're already a corpse.
No, I'm. However this thing works. Yeah, if you want to just chuck it up.
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
It's a 10-minute concentration.
10-minute concentration, 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
You know the object. You're more familiar enough with the object that you then can cast it, because obviously you studied images of it as well as had verbal descriptions given to you. And you do pick it up coming from the clan building. It is in there. And as you guys are getting closer, you sense the object. The signal's getting stronger and stronger, and there is a very good 99.9% chance that it is in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ray, you're the one in charge of this. Tell me how you guys go about this.
Yeah, so we'll head up to the clan building.
Yeah. They recognize you, and they will open the doors to let you in, and you've got it's like a great hall vibe, and then you can see on the raised table, you can see he's currently empty, and one of the guards will speak to you and goes, right, who are you here to speak with, sirs and names?
I'd like to speak to Brunhilde, please.
Right, I will try and raise her for you and see if she's willing to speak. If you bear with me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
He will disappear, and then sometime later, probably about 5 minutes or so, Brunhilde will come out and just announce to the group, I take it you found everything according, correct?
Yes. I just wanted to start off by letting you know that there's no hard feelings about the past between my family and yours. I have no interest in what happened back then.
And you will notice that her immediate demeanor has relaxed slightly. Because when it was mentioned at first, the day before, you did notice her tense up, not quite knowing what to expect. Right, well that's good, at least. Your understanding of everything.
However, there is a item that was missing from when I was delivered to the orphanage. There was supposed to be a ring that was supposed to be part of the inheritance as well.
A ring was mentioned on the will, just the estate.
It appears that Heinrich may have it. It's a family heirloom. It ties the ancestors of myself to me or something. But it's of great importance.
What, you're here to ask for it back?
Yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
1 second before you do anything, I want to double check.
Okay, we're
You
waiting.
have an aura.
No, the aura can't do anything.
The aura's for saves.
Yeah, I was checking to see if I got an inspiration I could lend to you.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because I do allow inspirations outside of just rerolls, but like story, like as long as you can give a good enough bullshit for it, I'm happy to accept them. Look, you must understand that what was left with you, we didn't just have to acknowledge it. It was done out of goodwill and intention. Everything was
I'm
given.
aware.
Everything that was given to you was done with my father's good intent. You can't just simply come in here and ask for something that used to be yours.
Vian gently taps Great Hill on the back.
Right,
May I assist?
sure.
Hello, we haven't really met much, and I completely understand as far as legality is concerned, you are completely correct. But houses like ours, and she kind of like turns her hand a little bit just to flash her ring a little bit. As much as the power might be insignificant, the meaning might be insignificant, sometimes having proof of status can be very important, even if it's not quite meaning behind it. Having that attachment can still be incredibly important to an individual. And I think at the very minimum, just having some sort of house marking for this individual who wants nothing else from you and no ill will towards you. I think that's at least something we could be discussing, isn't it?
Make a check of your own.
Persuasion?
Yes, please.
I need to learn how to do
Oh,
that.
fuck!
I
Holy
got your back,
shit!
Great Hill.
Holy shit! And that's not even a crit!
Wasn't he at 17? Wow.
Now I know how Michael feels when Arthur does it. Fuck!
He's just like, oh yes, no, like, I'm sorry, there's no way you can. Excuse me, let me just a second. Hand it over. Oh yes, do you want the keys to the house as well? Like my way?
Fuck!
The compensation.
Pretty much.
Vian just kind of like twirling her finger through her hair, playing with her effective sister's hair.
Yeah.
That she's kind of just braided in.
I don't speak for my father, nor will I ever. What I will do, if you're willing to wait, I'll bring him. You can make this request to him directly yourself.
Of course, thank
It
you
is-
so much.
Technically, it is his property, and it is on his choice whether he relinquishes it or not. And she will make a call. Someone please fetch my father. Now. And I'm just going to quickly grab a token, just so you can guys see what he looks like. Just give me a sec. I'm on the wrong layer.
Boop, boop, be-doo.
So an older man, pale skin, dark hair, human. There you go. Just for people to see. This is Heinrich, and Hera, you're more than recognizing of him, if not a little older.
I'll give him like a little bit of a nod as he comes in, of like deference and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even gets a polite bow off me.
I give Greytail back the floor and pass him a bardic inspiration to just kind of
Yeah.
hopefully help him along.
And you can see on the left hand, on the middle finger, a silver sovereign ring with a large jade stone with the symbol of a set of scales embossed on the top.
Twat's actually wearing it.
Yeah. It's good to see you again, Hera. I hope you're doing well. But it seems that I have been summoned here for a different purpose, have I not?
Yes, good morning, Heinrich. Shallow bow. It's about my family. I believe you knew the Greys.
I'm more than familiar with them. And he will, as he's walking in, Brunhilde stands at the top of the raised platform, and he will stand 2 steps down and slightly to the left of her. I am more than aware of that family. And you will notice that his thumb kind of just rubs the inside of the ring, making it jostle slightly as he's speaking.
Yes, you were honourable enough to uphold the inheritance, which is now passed to me. However, there is an item, a ring, that is missing, and that is a important part of my family's lineage. I'm politely requesting that it be returned to its rightful owner.
Don't forget the please.
Please.
That's how you get that plus 14 to charisma.
And what in return do you propose for it? For whatever is missing?
Well, it's rightfully mine. Is there
Right.
something? What would you want?
Well, this is the thing. I have no need for anything, nor do I have any wants at the moment. I am merely gauging what you have to offer. I need an understanding of what it means to you. I remember giving the order to bear you. You were young at the time and you were separate of all of this. It was done to be the right thing, to ensure that people not involved were to be kept safe and keep it to only those that waded in.
Well, I'm already working for your daughter. And as soon as I live nearby, I suppose once we're done doing that work, I can just offer my assistance as and when for the town of Fiadelmore.
Oh, so you'd be serving him in a similar capacity and
Pretty
turning
much
that
what Halva
backwards.
does. I was well,
A sign of loyalty.
yeah.
You'd be
To
serving
the
him as opposed to how your father battled against his men.
Make
wasn't going to bring that up, but yes, basically.
make a persuasion check with advantage, because other people bring up good points, and I'm going to allow that both the and Hera's comments combined create advantage.
And what's the bardic?
D8.
Come on, Gretel.
17.
I can understand your plea, and I understand your request, but certain things are taken, as you're aware, as a reward, a spoil, as it were. What is it specifically you're after? Is it a signet or something else?
It's the ring. Give a vague description.
Yeah.
The
Oh, no, the second you say it, he's immediately aware. No, the ring you're speaking of. And he'll kind of, like, lift his hand. Turn the hand so you can see. I've worn it now for many a year. It's always been a symbol of successes we have had in establishing some stability. Brunhilde will speak over as he's kind of just looking at it for a moment. So although you're already working for us and have already given your loyalty to us, you offer more of the same.
well, I'm only doing the one job for you. I'm pledging a constant
Deal.
loyalty beyond the job we're doing now.
Just yourself, or do you speak
I-
for all of your family?
I cannot speak for everyone else.
Brunhilde looks at the other people kind of half expectantly.
My family is already pledged very differently, though they do have powerful connections if you're ever in need of trade routes, of course. Sure, you've heard of Degron.
Heinrich will... I have heard of that country, yes.
Have you heard of the Villaclairs?
Let me roll a d20 for our boy. Let me roll a d20 for our boy.
I'm sure a lovely city such as this would enjoy quality imported goods.
He'll kind of just give a look to Brunhilde, like an like, and there's a head movement gesture towards him. Right, I understand. So at least it's a notable name, at least.
Yeah, it's very convenient that I have this signet ring that proves, of course, who I am, so you know I'm not just a random peasant off the street throwing around big names they've heard before. She kind of flashes her palm.
I wave.
You know, Brunhilde and Heinrich, how much I have helped you in the past, and I will continue to do so in the same way. I have always been there for you and will continue to do so.
You have, and it's been appreciative to our clan and our group. Brunhilde, my daughter. I will leave the decision in yours. You know my thoughts on it, but it is your say. And Brunhilde will just stand there for a moment and just... She's looking over you all, but you can almost hear the gears whirring in the head as she's taking a moment to think upon the request. To put an end to it, Father, I think it would be best for all parties if we are to allow him to have this ring. It is merely mention of power. Then we can finally put this all behind us and move forward. As you say, and he will, and you can feel that there is reluctance, and he was clearly unwilling, but he will slide the ring off and take the steps down.
I hold my hand out.
Yeah. Take it. And place the ring in your palm. And let this be an end to your family and everything involved with it.
As far as I'm concerned, it never happened.
Good.
It's in the past. It's done. Live in the moment. That's what I always say.
He will take his steps up and go back to the 2 steps below Brunhilde. So, you have come and got what you came for. Trust that this will be an end to it all.
Yep. We'll crack on with the job.
I'll go have a word with my parents soon about making sure that they have favorable negotiations with you guys. You've been more than kind to us.
We'll be in touch. And for you specifically, Greytail, we'll organise a initiation sorts for you.
Okay. I look forward to it, depending on what it is.
I assume I am okay to keep protecting them at the current moment. You do not require me back.
No, you may stay with them for the time being. You can explain to Greytail here the details of our initiations and give him an idea of what to expect.
Of course. She kind of nod again and step back behind Greytail. Don't worry. It will all be okay.
Why am I now worried?
Why? I just said it would all be okay.
Yeah, but you
Karen?
said it. Yeah,
See, I
I
tried
give
to be nice.
If you check your Discord DMs, Rose, you'll have some basic information.
Go.
Yeah.
We'll talk when we are on the way to our next location.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
you're all dismissed. Please, I think we have a few things that we still need to discuss here. Gesturing to the people in the clan sort of thing. Make your way.
I bow to Brunhilde. Bow to names.
Heinrich.
Heinrich.
And you notice, feeling this ring, there's more to it than just a ring. You feel a want of connection from this ring to you.
Not putting
attunement,
it on yet.
like as
Yeah.
if it wants
Ah,
to,
yeah.
like as if it wants to attune to you, or you want to attune to it. Like there's like a magnetism of connection to it.
We'll do that out of the way. Yeah, but I thank Heinrich.
Is that 31? That 31 was what really tipped the scales. Like otherwise, Heinrich was going to be like, no, fuck you, tough.
Yeah. Oh, I was expecting it come down to the fight.
I was as well. I'd even made a character sheet.
Well, I know we saw. You didn't
Yeah.
put enough D100s in.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I go the other way. Every time I see 9,000 D100s, I'm just like, what the fuck? And I scroll to the top because I'm wondering
Yeah.
what on earth
Yeah.
warranted this.
No, we know
Yeah.
he's hiding something, so we go and have a look.
I cleared the chat afterwards. I thought that.
That
What?
doesn't,
Please,
that
yeah.
doesn't get rid of it or us. It just clears it for you.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, but that's it. I wouldn't have bothered if it had been just like a couple of D100s, or if other people had posted, like, you know, I don't know. It was just more the fact that all of that kind of piqued my curiosity. I don't know
But
if anyone was
I
the
did
same.
it. No, but I did it and then realised that I thought people would try and scroll. So I cleared the chat log thinking that would be enough.
Each one you cleaned
Nope.
for yourself.
New meta
unfortunately.
strat. Roll
also are.
dice off of other characters' character sheets so it looks like it was just left over from the previous session. Like, just roll some hit die,
It's a
roll
shame you
like a
can't just
couple extra
delete them.
religion checks or something.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
I knew that fight was coming anyway, because we
But anyway,
discussed that was the most likely outcome.
Fuck. You
I
know.
only
Can't
wanted
have
to make
shit
sure
from us.
Greytail got a chance to speak.
yeah.
No, the thing was, it was heavily scaled in no, go fuck yourself, but
hmm
it was a good check, man. I can't do nothing against that.
It's what
It's
happens
good.
when there's a bard in the party.
You know? Let the bard
Like, I
speak,
didn't
damn
want
it.
to carry it. Like, I didn't want to carry him. I'm like, okay, that's my one check. Here's the bardic inspiration.
But it
the
was
rest is
very
on
clear
you.
that it was very clear that he was struggling. So it
Yeah.
was. But the thing was, you stepped in, you saved it, and then handed it back to him. You didn't
Mhm.
take over, which I think is the perfect balance. But yeah, you eventually head outside. Do you just put the ring on, or do you just put it away for now? It does
Go back
not.
to the house.
I was gonna say, because you can put it on no consequence. It's just nothing else will open up to you unless you attune.
Yeah, we'll go back to the house.
All right.
Show, yeah, Giuseppe and Petal. Giuseppe and Petal.
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe and Jetbell.
I'll try to say both names.
Oh,
at the same
fucking
time.
Giuseppe. Hey, yo, I need to look around here. I'm going to make a Giuseppe.
Oh god.
Giuseppe check.
A Giuseppe
Yeah.
check. So, is there any other business you want to conclude in town, or do you head straight back to the manor?
Does anyone else want anything? I think that was it.
All right, then. Okay, I will take you back, because... Yeah, no, that went way fucking better than I was anticipating, which is good. Very good for you guys, actually.
See, team diplomacy does work.
Just don't put me at the
More
front.
advanced. Don't let me do diplomacy anymore.
No.
But you will eventually make your way back. And obviously, if you guys want to discuss on the way and stuff, feel free.
Well done, Gray. You should be proud.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to actually hand it over.
Bit of personal advice from me. Unless you're in a situation where you want your status announced, you want to wear the signet inward. That way, you're a bit less of a mark to some people, and you don't accidentally end up in delicate situations due to old bad blood.
Depends how well known the, because this is the symbol of the Grey family, right? Not
Yeah.
the old clan.
Yeah, because the scales that are carved into the jade is the same that were on the keys, that were on the gate, that are in the house. It is the set of scales is seemingly the symbol of your family.
Simply, if your grandfather and someone else's grandfather got in a fight, they swore vengeance against your clan, they see the ring, you know,
Okay.
just
fair
discretion,
enough.
safety. Do with it as you please, but, you know, as one noble to another.
It's good. What? No, I don't think I'm noble. Well, they won't. The
They're just
guys in charge won't let me
Status.
be.
it's you're not necessarily a noble, you're not like a lord or anything, but you are like a family of noteworthy likeness. You're an
You
important
have
family.
a last name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like your last name is more known than your first name in most circles, or at least it was. Your family is entirely unknown at this point, and it's up to you whether you want to bring it back or just leave it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You
It's
were
going to be
once,
under a pair of knuckle dusters anyway, most of the time.
yeah, because your family name was once of great note and intent, just not anymore, or at least not right now.
Vianne also doesn't keep a lot of that stuff. She's just like, look, you're wearing a signet ring. Here's what you do if you want to be smart and alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has different experiences than you might with noble houses.
But you will eventually make your way back to the manor, the estate, to get yourself back inside, and surprisingly quick, as it literally was like a half-hour meeting hour each way, so you've been about 2.5 hours, and well, that was quick. Like, did you forget something?
Literally saying nothing, just hold the ring up.
I taught him how to say please.
She taught me how to say please.
Let me go get your father. Giuseppe! Giuseppe!
What?
Get here
Fucking
now!
hell. Okay. It just sort of wanders in.
Still holding the ring up, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Look!
Oh,
I got it.
Frankie. Done a good job there, my boy. How'd you do it? Did you have to fight him?
No,
I was gonna say, he looks really clean if he did.
surprisingly, didn't have to fight him. Luckily, I have a lawyer, and I gesture to Vianne.
What's a lawyer?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, whatever a lawyer is,
Negotiator, that's the word.
whatever a lawyer is, Vianne, was it? You're beautiful. You did a great job.
I just made sure they listened to what Gray had to say.
Thank you all for looking after Frankie.
No, I know the tricks of the trade, honey. Like, me and you have a lot in common. Like, I appreciate it. You did really well.
Yeah, so I guess I put it on.
It requires
All
attunement.
right. Do you still have remove curse 7?
Everybody duck.
I still have it, don't worry.
It requires attunement, and you
It's
feel
an
this.
hour, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's a short rests. You do feel like it has a magnetic connection to you, whether it's you specifically, family, or whatever, you don't know. But do you spend the time tuned to it?
Are we spending the rest of the night here? Or do we need to go?
Somebody else is better at keeping track of it than I am, because I know we were trying to catch the boat,
Yeah.
and we were
indeed.
going to have to walk.
Isn't it just midday at the moment?
Yeah.
We still have
Yeah.
dark
Yeah.
daylight left.
We can spare an hour, but after that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't we need to go find Vianne's family next?
Oh,
Probably
yes.
not bothering.
No.
We gotta talk about what you want from us now. Like me and me and your ma talked about it, and it's what we do now with the ring. Whether you want us to go or stay, or it's all up to you.
Yeah. We understand if you want us to go, but it's up to you, honey.
Don't be rude. Well, what? I look towards the religious people. What's after death like? Isn't it supposed to be paradise?
Wait.
Suppose.
Uh, Go on, Evan.
Yes, depending on life, it's also your whatever religion you you followed in life. It's up to you. Do you want to move on, or are you?
Well, we'd love nothing more than to stay for as long as it takes to, because we've spent so many years without our Frankie. But well, at the end of the day, we'd want whatever he wants, and the thing that we wanted most for him, he's gotten now.
Yeah. Well,
He's a
what you gotta
grown
remember,
boy.
Pedal, is we're dead, Pedal. Like, if he needs to make his own way, like we taught him,
Yeah.
we gotta accept that.
Well, how's about you stay as long as you need, and then you can decide as and when you want to go. I mean, it's your house. You can stay as long as you want.
Thank you, Frankie.
You can train me more.
Sure.
I love you so much, Frankie. Thank you.
Give her a hug.
Yeah, and she will reciprocate. Like, she's genuinely happy that you've not just gone, right, see you later.
See ya. I thought about it.
Yeah, you would have broke your mother's heart.
It's gonna be really sad when he dies in the final battle now, and his ghost parents are waiting for him. But you know,
It's
Yeah.
all right. We can do another exorcism. You know.
I've died before.
Exorcism that gets rid of them.
Oh,
Resurrection is what I'm guessing what I was going for. And if we were doing an exorcism, how the hell would Hera know about it?
So sorry. You told me. You literally dropped it in the conversation the other day. You have a tendency to go, oh, by the way, we committed the exorcism, which then brought back this big robot thing that smashed him into the ground and its spine explodes to his back.
I can't remember who mentioned the exorcism as part of it, but I remember him ejecting his spine out of his back.
yeah.
You did mention
You
that,
just
yeah.
to drop things into conversation, and we're meant to keep up with it. I'm not, saying it's a bad thing. It's actually quite interesting. It would just be nice to have a little bit more filler around that kind of stuff. But maybe for whilst you're adventuring, it's good to have your parents to come home to. Great. And then when you end up bringing a lady back and having a family of your own, your parents will then feel like they can move on. Now you have your own family.
Or if you get really lucky, you might find you might like one of these lovely ladies here.
I think I already have enough nobles barking up my tree. Thank you.
Don't forget, you got the moody one that's been in the barn all day as well. You might like. I know you used to be a moody little kid, so maybe you two will get on really well.
The moody little one, by equivalent of her years, is more about 4.
Elf. They age weird.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, let's never say never with one of these lucky ladies. Just whoever. We're sure you'll be happy, Frankie. Well, can't wait to see you come back.
Knew I should have kicked you out.
Do you guys want me to send a decorator by? Do you like the house to having this kind of spooky atmosphere? I don't know what you prefer.
Well, the thing is, the house is Frankie's now, and it would be nice to know that you're gonna look after the place and make sure it's all spruced up and nice.
Yeah,
We'll keep
fix
out
it
of the
up.
way of any renovators. Like, don't worry about that.
Well, it's not falling down. We can.
Well,
do that
we
later.
kept it as good as we could, but well, unfortunately, the supplies that we had ran out a long time ago, and there's only so much that can go around.
Oh yeah, we can definitely keep the bones, but just I thought maybe you'd appreciate a fresh coat of paint, a little bit of touching
Fill
up.
the holes. Yeah. Retile the roof.
Well,
if
the-
you deliver,
extension.
if you get the supplies
Wait,
delivered,
retile
you
the
could
roof?
probably
The-
do some of it.
The roof's
Well-
perfectly intact. What are you on about?
Is it? After 20 years, I would have thought some of the tiles would have fell off. But...
No, it was until you kicked a few off, remember?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, you
forgot.
specifically.
Well, they were special antique tiles they've been there since the house was built, so they were made to last. And they were expensive too. Why? Is there something that happened to the roof?
Nope. It's fine.
Frankie.
Oh.
What are you doing
Frankie.
inside?
I jump out of a window.
Someone's in trouble.
Frankie!
Is the window open? Or
Yes,
just
the
left
You're
it-
window
breaking
is
your
open.
mother's heart.
What, again?
Right, I got evens. The window was shut. Odds it wasn't. It wasn't. Luckily, the window was... Oh.
I'm stopping. I see him diving towards the window and it's like, pick a door that's open.
I divert and go out a door.
Damn dead boy.
Don't worry, he will be fine, Mr. and Mrs. Gray.
No, I know. You were all good people. We can tell. Just look after him, please.
Yeah.
I will,
Really?
don't you worry. Follow him out the door with that little bit of like subtly scary.
And when you
Leave.
find him, give him a clip round the ear from me. Those tiles are
Okay,
expensive.
Yeah, make sure he puts aside some of that adventuring gold to fix up the roof.
Will do.
Do the rest of you go after Greytail, who should run out the door?
Boomer, would you come with me for a moment?
I haven't gone far. I've literally just gone outside.
Yeah. I lead Boomer over to wherever the tile fell and ask him to cast Mending to put it back together.
Hey.
Clever.
Use a bit of mending and made hands.
Yeah, it would take a bit of time, but
Yeah.
because obviously some of them split into a lot of pieces, so it would take some time, but can be done.
Hmm.
But obviously,
Cat.
you're all outside the front door, or various stages of. Greytail, you eventually do stop and come back for the sake of.
So, Colossal Tega.
Apparently so.
Sorry, Evan, what was that? There was something creaking in the background. I think someone else has just come out the door.
I'd say there's some oil that's needed for the next time then. No. To be honest, I don't know what I was saying. I just heard noise and decided to volunteer. Words.
All right, you go to Colossal Tega. We'll kick back, have a good drink.
Diane, come on. It is time to face your demons.
Oh yeah, I figured as much. I just, given the way he was responding, figured I'd lighten the mood.
Yeah, let's go see how cringy your family are.
I don't
You
expect
say that
they'll
within,
be.
within earshot of your own family.
Oh, I'm going to break a heart
I assume
again.
we're walking down the path now to the gate.
You are, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You are.
The creaking was also opening the screen door at the front.
So, what is your family like, Diane?
A lot less fun, I think, is what I would start with.
Do you need protection?
Mom was really strict. Dad kind of like supported her being strict while also kind of like, hey, go have fun kind of stuff. Though he got mad at me whenever I repeated any of the, I think you guys said it was Sylvan words that he said. I just, you learn words as words. You don't learn different languages independently kind of thing. But every once in a while, he'd say something in, I guess, Sylvan, and if I repeated it, he'd especially make sure Mom didn't hear that.
You didn't answer my question. Do you need protection?
I mean, I'd rather not go alone anyway. I don't know if that's. I don't think. Well, they'll probably want me to go home. I would imagine. Considering.
Okay.
Do
Would
you
you
want
need
to
somebody-
go home?
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I was kind of liking helping you guys and just traveling about, but that is the one concern I have is if we are they definitely need talked to or it will become more and more of a problem. But talking to them might also be a problem.
Well,
Vian,
given
do you have a gold piece?
Gold? Yeah?
May I have it?
Yeah? She fishes around and pulls out a gold.
Mm-hmm.
For mates' rights, I am now under your employ as your bodyguard. Done.
Oh, thank you.
Just for the trip, obviously. I'll charge you more next
Mm-hmm.
And I will pocket of gold. That was fucking easy.
I mean, it was even
That's
better
a
given the fact.
scam.
But say it is given the fact that she's already under contract to protect her,
Well, yeah, but
and it's just
It was-
double booked
sorry,
herself
it was
into the
more
contract.
It was symbolic, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, it was more
I
meant to
got
be
it.
like,
Yes,
yeah, thank
we get it. But however, it's like, oh yes, I've been hired to be your bodyguard. You were already being paid to be her bodyguard.
no, but it's she's hired for like the trip to be my bodyguard rather than like it's a second. Yeah.
Gray, just for Francisca, sorry, just for
Right.
since you put the ring on,
Yeah.
have you can attune to it while traveling? Do you? Just for the sake
yes.
of okay. That's fine. Sorry, I just wanted to know because then obviously I can say at some point what you get from it and stuff. Carry on.
Tell him about that's fine. Tell him about his shiny.
Okay, I'll tell him about his shiny. So, after some time, you will eventually fully attune to it. And this is an object that can only be attuned to by monks. Funny enough, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a large silver sovereign ring made with a jade on the top, embossed with the symbol of the scales. It's an artifact. It requires attunement by a monk. The wearer may focus on the ring for 1 minute, and when doing so, will recover 1d6 key points and impose disadvantage on any save using key points that like for 24 hours. So any person that you spend key points to make someone do a save, they will have disadvantage 24 hours from 24 hours after when you regain your key points back. It only has 2 uses left in it. But
Right.
you may, and this is what your father's done, and this is the reason why it's got 2 uses, to regain and to add a single use, you may bestow the ring with 1d8 of your maximum hit points to give it an extra charge. Meaning, the 2 charges in it are what life essence Giuseppe had put in the ring before you. Or potentially even older generations than that.
Okay.
So, you gain 1d6 key points back up to your maximum when you use it, and for 24 hours afterwards, you can automatically impose this disadvantage on any save that key points like dish out. There's only 2 uses left, and you can regain. I'll send this to you all in text. Don't worry.
Yeah, please.
You may
A lot.
donate 1d8 of your maximum HP to add a use, and then that use stays until it's spent. So in theory, if you had children and things like that, you could put uses in it for them and things like this. The other caveat is, once attuned to, you may not unattune to it until death.
Oh.
But given what it is, I would highly doubt you will.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Danny,
Yes.
is it until dead or the ring is removed from him?
Until death. You can't unattune to it until death.
What if
Even
his
if
hand
it-
came off?
That's
It's still attuned to him, he would just have to pick that shit up. But he can't
Am I?
focus on the ring if it's on the floor. I'll just send it you
If
in your
he's-
Discord.
Yeah, cheers.
I have a question. if he dies and the ring got taken off him because effectively unattuned, and then he's brought back from death with like
He's unattuned to it.
And can reattune
Cool.
if need be.
Yes. That is one loophole, technically. He can be killed and brought back, which he would then unattune to it. So it does kind of break the cycle of you can't unattune to it until death. But that is
So
the
if you
only
need-
way.
It's 300 gold to get it back, effectively. Finding loopholes.
But,
It wasn't Nest of Death, which is sometimes
No,
permanent.
but
We just
I
need,
know.
we need to get him, we just need to make him very, very angry for about 3 more levels of experience, and then make sure he is very connected with some sort of deity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so as it stands, you are aware, given now you've got an understanding of how this ring works, that the power that is in it that you can draw upon if you wish is your father's.
Mm.
Or
One
another
other thing I did
aspect.
forget to say, but it is in the text that I sent you. After using the ability of the ring, it must take a week to recharge. So once you use one of the 2 uses, or any more if you add to it, you must
Yeah.
wait a week before it can be used again.
So they do come back. Okay.
No. They don't come back. It's just you can't use both uses 2 days running, sort of thing. There has to be a week
Oh,
between
okay.
uses.
Okay. Yeah.
But each use, once it's been done, it doesn't come back unless you give your maximum
Another.
HP. So, for example, if you wish to give some to it now, you would lose 6 off your max HP. Permanently, this is.
Yeah.
And you can do that as many times as you've got HP.
Use it to keep your HP at 69 for the rest of the campaign.
Nice.
So if I'm about to die, just pump all the health in.
Yeah.
No, it's off your
Throw it to a
HP.
monk.
Yeah, it's off your max. So say if you've taken a shit ton of damage and there's no uses left, and you really need it, because it doesn't take filled max HP. So like, say if you were like 10 HP off death, you could like drop your max HP, get a use, pump some new key points into you, and be like, fucking mega mode.
But then your max HP reduces
Yeah.
permanently.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the caveat. This ring can kill you if you overuse it. It is designed to be use it very fucking wisely. But it is an intergenerational thing in the sense that the energy that's in it is previous generations.
It's a little bit of what's it called? Emergencies only kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't
This isn't just a cool thing you pop every combat. This is life or death. I need fucking help. Bang, because you've got 2 before you have to start cutting your own life off for it.
Mm.
It's a very interesting ring. One that might serve you well. Or you might just hold on to forever on the just in case and never need.
Yeah.
So Colossal Taker? I will ask again.
Well, this is as you guys are traveling away. We're going to Colossal Taker. Like and it's up to you, Gray, if you want to tell the people, like as in the party, now you're fully attuned to the ring, what it does.
Can you take me back to the world map, Danny?
Yes, give me a moment.
Because I believe
There you go.
that's where we told Derek to meet us, but I can't remember
It
because there's
was.
a lot of
You told him to meet you at Colossal Tager, which is north from where you are. And if you went on foot, just as an example, it would take 6, 7 days? 7? Yeah.
It took us
'Cause it's-
4 to get the Alpha to Fire Idolmore, which is the same distance.
No. Yeah, don't forget though, this was before the anti-Michael squares rose. Because going off this look, it's 140 miles. On foot, you do 24 a day.
Did you not put the anti-Michael squares in before this campaign started?
I can't remember, but look, I'm measuring. Look at the numbers. The numbers. Look
This
at
way
the
is uphill.
look at the
Yeah,
pretty
you would.
numbers.
You would have put the squares in before. Because Multitroll was the same thing.
Yeah.
I remember we were going to potentially ask Penelope if she wouldn't mind helping us out.
Plane shift.
Not plane shift, but a quick over in her teleportation tent.
I thought we were not overusing that.
I think it was one of those that if we do this for her, we do. If she does this for us, we do something for her to kind of balance the scales a little.
Oh yeah.
But I get the sense, seeing that you guys are about to parlay and then potentially go in after the numbers, this might be the time to use certain help. Sorry.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, just didn't we have like 2 weeks to burn anyway? So like, if Penelope pops us up there today, we spend 2 days up there. We then have just 10 days of sitting around waiting, don't we?
Well,
Yeah.
how long is it to Gron and back?
Oh, Zagran is
Ah,
weeks, months.
hang on. We have a map for this. And I do believe, if I remember right, I did mile up the map.
I would imagine she'd be traveling a little bit faster than the Derek can, because it'd probably be a fully crewed.
Yep, there you go. It is
So
Oh, shit.
12, 15 days. Roughly?
2,300 miles.
10
Okay,
to
that
15
changes.
days, depending on size of ship and crew of ship.
Where does it say there's on the Danny, the hit, well, hit is the wrong way of putting it, but where does it say to go on the flyers and like all the information bounty hunters would have
Colossal Taiga.
Drop her off at Colossal Taiga.
Any information is to be delivered to the family at Colossal Taiga, which is
They
the
might be-
northernmost town.
Yeah. I'd imagine
So-
Leon is still out shipping, but I'd imagine mom and or dad are probably there.
Leon?
Big brother?
Oh, okay.
I'm bad with names, aren't I?
Yes.
But
Luke-
maybe we do walk to Colossal Taiga, then from Colossal Taiga.
We
Where
get
do we need
Colossal-
to be?
Let's say if we do that and we get to Colossal Taiga by walking, if it's going to take us 6, potentially 7 days, that's our meeting with the numbers.
Yeah.
Are you going to have this? Have you
No,
decided?
I've no idea. What I'm just saying is at the moment the date that's currently set for, we'd be arriving on the day we're going to visit the numbers.
And we've got to organise where we're meeting. Yeah.
All right, whatever you guys want to do with the travel. I just knew we had a lot of random empty time to burn.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have to do currently? Maybe that'll help us to find out how to fit everything in before we have to be back in Havilter. Nobody?
I mean, I thought we were gonna at the very least tell them that I'm alive and to please stop looking for me. How that goes, I don't really know. But other than that, I don't know what anybody else needs.
Uh-huh.
Prep for
But
this
then
meeting.
well, how long would it take us to go from Colossal Taiga to Havilter? Assuming that we do not use Penelope.
Let me do that.
I think we'd have to go the opposite way, wouldn't we?
That
No.
would be 5-ish days.
I'd say going the other way would also be just as easy.
Yeah.
No.
No, left.
Outside.
Oh,
down.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little bit shorter. Knocks a day off the trip, but so that would be roughly 5 days.
So we have 12 days, correct? Until we have to be back in
13.
Havilter. Is it 13? Yes,
Yeah.
you're completely right. So that gives us 8 days to play with from here to Colossal Taiga, including a meeting with the numbers potentially, and a meeting with Vian's family.
He did say the meeting
it
could be moved, but I think we should just go under the assumption that it's not going to.
What if you're going to have this meeting, you try and move it up and have it in the middle of a stretch of land that they can pick you up? You don't want them to be picking you up in the middle of a city, just in case things go poorly. You don't want innocent blood on your hands.
Because Xerxes was, this is to what Matt said, Xerxes was encouraged by the potential of doing heist and meeting at the same time. And he did explain, obviously, the meeting was set for a little over a week, but could be moved.
That's the discussion we need to have today before Xerxes get back, so we've got some idea of what's set up to do.
So shall we walk and talk, maybe?
Which way are we walking and talking? To Colossal Taiga or to Fjardenmoor and asking Penelope for a quick trip?
I think, if you don't mind me offering a suggestion, if we were to walk, whilst I do think we could potentially balance it with Penelope, you might need her help at a crucial time, and wasting things might not go very well later if we survive.
Okay. So was that a...
I think that was a
Joe
vote for walk.
I think it was, but I wasn't too certain.
I would say the
I think,
same.
based on the fact we calculated that we have enough time, as long as nobody else has anything else they would like to do, it is achievable. But yes, I vote walk.
Would there be like carriages that go from town to town? That would be quicker.
We could possibly hire one.
Or buy
Yeah,
one.
I was thinking like, or is there like a taxi service with like you could get in and somebody drives you there?
You could certainly inquire.
Well, covered vans are actually slower than you'd think because they have to take their time. They have more people. It's not a quicker thing. It's actually
So that would
quicker
actually
by
be slower than walking.
But we're not asking for a group of
Similar.
people. We're basically getting a horse and cart and...
I think buying horses is really not a bad shout.
Oh yeah, just
Or,
getting horses.
rent some horses from Fjardenmoor to Colossal Taiga. Because I don't know whether we'd need them later.
Yeah.
Might as well bring it up now because Ash is obviously.
Level
Ash?
up. I was just.
Yeah.
I was
say-
asking for a pointed reason.
No. It is fair. It won't take effect until you have a long rest.
Yeah.
But the procurement of the signet ring and essentially closing the mystery behind Mr. Grey, you guys will receive another level up, and I know people watching, especially if you binge watching the episodes on YouTube. Hi, by the way. You'll notice like there's a lot of level ups really quickly. That's because of how I do my level up system. It's not milestone in the sense when you do certain amounts of acts, you level up. It's story milestones. So like when a certain arc story concludes, they level up. And the thing is, because of how the party had set things up, they'd set multiple up to conclude one after another.
Yeah, we started a lot of side quests and never got around to finishing them.
But
And
now
we've
you
done that
are.
finished about 4 in a row. Yeah.
It's been interesting. But yeah, no, you guys will level up again, and I'll let Calm know.
Yeah. I didn't actually mean to ask mid-session. It was more we're sitting here discussing travel, and I'm like, if I leveled, travel becomes a very different beast to conquer.
Ah.
So if we're sat here discussing level plans, and then I level up, it's gonna be like, oh, well,
It won't take effect until you
Yeah.
long rest, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I level up again?
Don't actually worry about it mid-session. That was the sole reason
Well,
if we're going to be traveling for multiple days.
So long as it doesn't disrupt the session, people are
Yeah.
allowed to update their character sheets preparedly.
Mhm.
So are you
Well,
guys
right.
walking to Tega, or
Walking to Theiden War and then looking to get horses, I think was.
Rent horses, yeah.
okay? Yeah, to try and make your distance quicker.
speed.
Not like a day off, maybe 2.
Yeah, I would say probably knock probably about two and a bit days maybe. Unless you hell full over the horses, and you could obviously get there quicker, but you probably don't want to do that.
Oh, and obviously purchase and feed and stuff like that as well.
Well,
Not letting the horse.
getting into Fjöldamore, you are able to find a semi-taxi service, semi-rental service, in a sense that you will be able to purchase the horses as well as enough feed to get to Colossal Tega, on the premise that you deliver the horses to specific people and then get most of your money refunded.
Hmm. Okay, so we buy the horse and then sell the horse to the same kind
Yeah,
of.
it's the same merchants, but operating in like both ends of the trade route. So one gives you the horse, and then what it is, he might sell the horse at Colossal Tega to hand in at Fjöldamore, sort of thing.
Mhm.
So
But yeah, just in case we run off with the horses.
No, that's exactly it. Or if something happens to the horses, then well, you've paid for the horse. It doesn't matter. Or you hand the horse back, you get most of your money back, and basically pay for the feed and other like bits and pieces. So let me just quickly get the cost of a os. Okay, so per person with having their own horse and enough supplies and things to get there, it would take 60 gold. No, sorry, 55 gold. But returning the horse in good condition, you would get 50 of it back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you're paying for 5 gold, which covers the actual using of the horse. It covers the cost of the feed and stuff, and just the time and effort. So you're essentially paying 5 gold for expedited travel,
55 gold.
assuming the horses make it.
This is
Put like
per,
mine.
What was that, Michael?
horse, that horse per person or
55 gold per person, but you'll get 50 gold back if the horse makes it
okay,
and is in good condition.
Okay. So I will just buy some feed.
Well, no, the 55 covers the...
Yeah, no, it's 55 less because I can just summon.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, technically, do you even need to feed it if it's spectral?
It's not spectral. It does technically need to exist. So just
It's a fae, fiend, or celestial creature. Same as
But technically, do you need to feed it?
it doesn't say that it.
Because I would say you don't. First, let me pull up the spell and have a look.
Same as a druid's summons.
Yeah, it's just it's not that it doesn't, or it does or it doesn't. It summons. It's not like they intend for you normally to keep it around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a duration. You just have it as a permanent until dismissed. Also,
So
even if it doesn't have to eat, it might enjoy eating.
Actually, no, that's a very good point. As I will be spending some time during the travel. I will have been speaking to Deer and learning a little bit of druid magic.
Right.
And I will have taken magic initiate and got Goodberry.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, good berry.
Rose, you don't have to actually activate your level up now. You can hold on to it until between sessions.
Liam, me taking
It's
Goodberry is a
Yeah.
one-off spell I can cast once per day that's not on anyone's spell slots.
Yes, very good.
Once per day, cast Goodberry to feed for the day and
Yes.
not have to.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
spells not for.
Is that what you want to do,
Goodberry,
Michael?
That's how I will be doing it. Yes. So,
That's fine then. So you don't even need to worry about feed.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
In between.
And just while I'm setting that up, I'm just gonna. I know I don't need to, but I'm just gonna roll anyway, just so I've got it all set.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people are welcome to do it now. Just as long as it doesn't disrupt the session is all I care about.
Evan, don't you need a horse, or are you
I summon my horse.
you just summon it?
Yeah.
It's the same one he summoned on the beach.
Well, that is,
Oh yeah, I wondered where that.
that is mighty impressive, good sir.
Thank
You,
you.
if you could do that for some extra horses for me, that would be much appreciated.
Unfortunately, I can only. This one is only bound to myself, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a shame.
Cool.
But
Is it a big horse? Can I just ride with you then, Evan?
Probably.
It is a war horse. Yes, you could probably ride with. That's another 55 out. I've just got.
This
I've
guy's
just
just
got.
sat there with his face.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Dear, you can turn into a horse, can't you? Can I ride you?
No.
Oh, because that would not.
Actually, hang on. Wait. What are we thinking? Guys,
Just summon the eagles.
fly the eagles again.
Yes.
That's so much better. And then we just walk away from this guy.
Danny's just thought of this entire way to make this work. Hang on, we could just fuck off.
I don't remember the eagles being actually a good long-term distance plan. It was only for short bursts of distance they were good.
We were able
pretty
to get,
much.
yeah.
But they were. You did manage to cover a lot of distance quickly.
We covered 4 days worth of travel in.
A couple hours.
Yeah.
Can you get a bit of math we need? Because I don't want to work it all out again.
Wasn't it something like 48 miles in an hour you did?
It was
We-
something like that. It was 48 point something. I
Should
thought
we
it
just
was,
say 48
We
Yeah.
covered that distance.
in 2 hours, weren't it?
Well,
Yeah,
not
so it
2
was-
hours. In about 2 days, we did.
Liam.
About 6
Liam.
Yeah.
For the sake of, just put 48. Just lock it in at 48. Just so if it ever comes up again, we ain't got to bullshit about. Okay.
I
Okay,
have a quick
that was 48.
for DMs and intelligent people of the.
Oh, that's me
If
now.
it is that
Just
Sentinel
DMs then.
or intelligent people of the group, I did say as well, Matt. If you're not calling yourself intelligent, that's your problem. I kid.
That's exactly what I was doing.
If Sentinel allows for you to use an opportunity, so almost like have an opportunity attack, and Warcaster allows for you to cast a spell as an opportunity attack, do they stack?
Rules as written, Sentinel is not an opportunity attack and is an attack reaction. Which is like just for vocabulary reasons, it's like Magic the Gathering, it's like card games, like vocabulary matters there.
Doesn't it,
Because it says
doesn't
when
it
you hit-
specify it uses a reaction?
Yes, but it's
But
not
it's-
an attack of opportunity.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
It's into having a ready to action attack reaction.
I would count it as a sentinel attack of opportunity, which is different from an attack of opportunity.
Okay, you have master the techniques to take advantage of any drops of the. Oh, I'll pop it in the chat. It
Oh,
does read. I'm not going to say it does read as if it's an opportunity attack, because it says when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one. And the second one is they also provoke even if they disengage. And then the third one is unrelated, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
From
the
a
other one,
pure vocabulary point of view. Obviously, game
So, no.
mechanics, DM interpretation is different.
So no, what it's basically saying is when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, speed becomes 0, which you're using. I will have a. Let me get what Mage
because
Slayer
that's
does.
you're using Warcaster, which allows you to cast spells as an opportunity attack.
I would for
I'm
the
just-
I would for the sake of allow it to work as an attack of opportunity, just for the sake of clearing it up.
Well, it's just the only reason I'm checking.
Okay, no,
is
no,
because I see
okay.
the-
So when a hostile creature's movement provokes an opportunity attack, you can use your reaction to cast a spell, which cast a spell is opposite from make an attack.
Okay. So,
That-
for example, I was just thinking it was really broken because in my mind I was thinking I can do an area of effect spell as a opportunity attack, and
No.
then
No,
That would
you,
trigger
you,
me,
you can't.
but that's
The spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature.
There we go.
Hmm.
That's what I was wondering. I was thinking this is broken if I figured out how to break it.
Right,
Um,
so you can make a reaction to cast a spell at a creature rather than making an opportunity attack.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to do that because I have nothing to do with my reactions. I'm going to take a +2 to my intelligence because my DC is crap. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Sorry, but thank you for the advice, people. I just
That's
didn't
fine.
know later.
So, I just took a feat entirely as a money saving thing. So it's like
Pretty
right,
much.
we don't have to spend one of Dia's spells every day to try and feed the Derek, and I don't have to feed the Derek every day.
Yeah, think of the money you are going to save on just animal feed.
Well,
I have also got the 2 feats I really, really wanted, which were Sentinel and Mage Slayer. So I think I can take a plus to my intelligence to up my DC a little bit. Might be the best idea. Because
Okay.
you
know- Oh!
That's
It's not like you need it or anything.
actually that's a point. With you making an attack with Mage Slayer. Sorry, I'm now. My brain's
Yeah.
starting to engage on the wrong rules. So
But can we not do
Yeah, no,
level up stuff?
no, that's fine.
It's
This is
like I said, I was happy for people to do it as long as it didn't disrupt the session.
no, this is more.
It
She
is-
already has this stuff. That's
40
why
minutes. You got 40 minutes. So,
Oh, we'll pick it later, Michael.
shall we get eagles and just fly?
You
over?
know,
okay. Fine.
Sorry, and I give him 5 plat.
which is 50
What?
gold. I give you the money you would have made off of us.
Thank you. You don't have to. Seriously. Neil, go to give it you back.
why don't you buy a horse for your family home? Maybe Gray
Ah,
as a pet for your family.
yeah, she wanted a pet.
Mhm.
I will buy 1 horse.
It's 50 gold, yes.
Cool.
You're free to pick any of the colours or the mares or stallions.
I pick a grey one.
So yeah, you pick up a grey stallion or mare.
I don't know, mare,
Do you know the difference?
male and female.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm.
I can have it sent to your home. Just if you let me know where it is.
Yes, does it have a name? The big one, just outside to the west.
The Grey Residence.
If it's still called that.
All right, I will have it sent to you. Thank you, all of you.
Just leave it in the stables. No one will come meet you.
and-
I need to buy a lot of feed as well, like a month's worth.
I can sort that out. We'll say a month. They'd be 5 gold.
Yeah.
Copper. Yeah, no, that'll do.
Thank you very much.
And you'll have it sent to your house.
Just, I'm guessing you want to either write a note or do we need to take a little trip with the Eagles to just drop off? By the way, there's a horse coming soon to your parents.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, it's a slight detour because it won't take long to get there.
No. Take you minutes.
Yeah.
So you summon the eagles. You whisk yourselves off to the Grey Residence and inform them that they have a horse coming.
Mhm.
All right, honey. We'll make sure that things are looking good, and we'll stay out the way when the man comes. We don't want to scare him half to death. Otherwise, you'll have 3 of us in your hands.
Oh God.
Yeah, we don't
wanna
want
have
any
a-
more company, really.
Well, no, not really, honey. But Good luck with your adventures, and I made some more tarts for you. I know you didn't eat the other ones because you were so quick, but here's another one each. These ones are more raspberry. So you got 2 raspberry and 1 elderberry tart each.
Mhm.
Nice. I ate one of the raspberry ones.
It's
That's,
lovely.
okay.
It's fucking lovely.
Aw.
And you start making your way northward. 48 mile,
Mm.
which will get you there.
Which is that's the eagles with long strider cast upon them, and
And then if you wish to do it again, we'll get to about there.
and
How
when we do
long does it take?
It's an hour total.
And we
get
just
to-
destroy the spell slots.
I mean, yeah, we'll burn through all of his spell slots, but we'll get there within
Oh yeah.
A day.
we'll get there within the day.
It's bullshit, but it's not exactly cheap.
Yeah, like we're hamstringing ourselves
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
He is going to be tapped out by the time we get there.
What's the opposite creature again? I always forget.
What's what, Liam?
The eyes the creature.
Giant eagle.
I'm just gonna double check. I haven't got enough spell slots to do it
What-
twice.
No, you did. You. We know you have because you did it when you went up the mountain, Liam. We know you can at least do it twice.
Oh,
It
but that was
specifically had to be
Yeah.
giant owls instead of giant eagles was I think the only caveat.
Was that
But same
the
difference.
yeah
because I think an eagle was the
1?
1 and the owl is the quarter, if I'm right.
So you're able to do it. Just
Which we can probably I mean, if we're going for level 11, so we haven't leveled up yet.
No.
You have access to a 6th level spell slot, do you not? And 5th.
Yeah. Well, I've got 3 level 4 to start with.
2
Yeah, you
fives
cast
and
it
1
at a
6. Yes.
higher level.
Yeah. So in theory, so Lungstrider is only 2nd level, isn't he?
First.
First. Yeah, it is. There it is first. So.
But aren't they both concentration?
No.
Longstrider is not.
Nice one. I'm back, by the way.
Welcome
good.
back.
Yeah.
We're breaking travel because
Okay.
why not? I would have appreciated the long rest on the road at the very least.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Also, if we really wanted to, giant eagles, we could, when he casts at 5th level, start upgrading to giant eagles.
Are they even quicker?
But they're even faster.
They're even faster, and he can cast double the amount he'd normally be able to do. So, well, yeah, we could start upgrading the creatures after a certain point.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, Danny.
Danny,
Yeah.
how are the anti-Michael squares working now?
Speed. A chunk.
Oh yeah.
Liam is speed.
I can't wait
Yeah.
for the Feywild to be like, no, fuck you. Every time you do this, the owls come back exhausted and half dead. Like, just nature pushes back. Like, they don't show up. They're like, nah, we've seen what this druid does to these eagles. We're outie.
No. What they do is they all show up with union papers and just go on strike on their summon.
They eat the spell slot and refuse to participate.
Yeah, and they just come with their picket line.
Okay, so if we take Lungstrider and just the first set, I could cast it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. If I use all my high level spell slots.
We don't need it. We don't need to do the math. We've already figured it out, Liam. We're good. Moving on.
Okay.
We get that.
I'm doing
Yeah.
my own math.
Yeah,
I got distracted by my own.
but, yeah, Liam, don't get too distracted. We're able to make it.
Okay.
I would just put you guys in Colossal Tago because
Yeah.
it will take a few hours and many spell slots.
One last thing before we do. Boomer would have gone back to Penelope's for the carry on with his weapon and met him there.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Boomer.
So it will take, I believe, 3 hours.
So
3 hours
3
to
hours
get,
comfortably.
but you will eventually arrive in Colossal Tagobah, where for some reason only Persephone is, and now
How the hell
she's
did
dead.
she get here? How did she stealthed
She
so
snuck.
hard.
She started stealthing last night.
He snuck.
And the
into the
world
area.
forgot her for a moment during rotation and just somehow.
Well, no, because she's a rogue, so she can dash as a bonus action as well. So she dashed as a bonus. She dashed as an action.
And she
And
found
the-
she found the leftover coffee that we had that we didn't get this morning.
Yeah.
Just been having that all night, just like.
Well, she's an elf, so she doesn't have to sleep. So she's just been traveling for triple speed for. Okay, so we're in Colossal Tega, and Deer is spamming deer noises.
Wow.
So,
I think we disguise Vian and we go and rest this evening.
yes, yeah, a good idea. Well done, dear.
Thank you.
That is not nearly as tired as you actually would be. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. No.
but
Evan, can
So-
you teach me how to summon a pony?
I
I
could
can
try.
try to.
wait, why did you answer when she said Evan?
He's
I thought
that
you said Vian.
tired. No.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna teach. Yeah, I'm gonna end up teaching you, and you're gonna accidentally learn Greater Steed, aren't you?
I mean.
Yes, we'll get you a Griffin or a Pegasus or whatever.
You guys enter Colossal Tega, and you disguise Vian as best as you can to be this mundane human girl just to blend in. Because, God forbid, if they found out who you really were. In this
Running around
case.
in the town where the
Where they're
turn-in
asking
is.
Oh.
yeah, where they're asking for details about her.
I've got an idea.
No.
I can turn you into a cat. Just for a
Okay.
little bit.
Sure,
Actually,
yeah.
do I have
go
the
for
spell
it.
prepared? Yes, I do. Polymorph.
Okay, Deer turns into a
Okay.
cat.
Why?
I was talking about turning Vian into a
You-
cat.
You
No.
said turn yourself into.
I
not
meant
turn-
Vian, sorry.
No, you turned
No,
yourself
you-
into a cat.
Also, you can't, as you've used your 4th level. Well, you've used most
yeah.
of the spells to do so.
Yeah.
She's disguised herself. I don't think we need you to.
I'm good.
Okay.
To the end.
Shall we
We're
go to the
tired.
tavern?
Possibly need a
Yeah.
drink.
Oh, I know the best one around here.
Okay, take us to the tavern.
I take them to the good tavern.
Okay, I'm just
The
quickly.
expensive one.
Yeah, give me a sec. I am just
we're gonna
pulling up
go-
my
let's
Colossal
say-
Tega notes.
We're going to go to the good tavern where more than likely people that you would be spending time with would be spending
Yeah.
time at.
Look, it's whoever's fault is for listening to Vianne when she's like, I know where a good tavern is.
And you
No,
end up.
that's why. No, that's why I'm stopping her. Like now. We go.
Shall we go to a little bit of a more fun tavern with a lot of noise that we could potentially talk and relax in?
Well, the tavern that you spent time in here before, when you've been here, is the Blooming Tankard, which is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You guys was.
Yep. We go to the one that we've been to before because that is not nearly as posh and there's people that I try and check in on.
You head yourselves over to the Blooming Tankard, and the more perceptive people in the group would notice that the grizzled old dwarven cleric that is the party member of the bard that you spent time with before is in the corner sipping a drink. You guys make your way in and head to the bar, and Hello. Can I do for you all? Drinks?
Drinks and some rooms to spend the night.
A number?
Who's bunking together and who's not?
I think Helra is guarding me tonight.
Boys and girls.
Where's the Derek?
Not here. It's on its way.
Alright.
But a few days before he arrives. But yeah, boys and girls. So
We'll take 3 rooms.
Alright, 3 rooms. We'll do those for 3 silver each.
Oh,
Sure. There you go.
very good.
Beautiful. Here's your keys. Food? Drinks? Or are you
Yes.
heading out for the day?
It's night now, isn't it?
No, because you guys zoomed here. It's actually late afternoon.
Really? Because I thought it was about midday, and I thought it took us, what, about 3 to 6 hours? something
3.
Like that?
3
Yeah.
hours. It's
3-ish hours dealing with the parents plus traveling about.
Yeah, no, it's actually like late afternoon. Like you're looking at like maybe like 3 to 6 hours post noon.
Right, I think we'll be just settling in. We've just got to town, so I think
Alright, so
we're shaking off the travel.
well, anything you need, let me know. I'll get you drinks sorted and food. We'll say, well, it's free because you got magic paper.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys sit at the table and get yourself comfortable.
I would go over and just have a quick little check-in with the dwarven friend if he is okay to do so.
Yeah, you head on over and alright. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Been better. The weather's getting warmer, so things are getting nicer around here. The bones aren't aching as much.
Good. Good. I just thought we'd come over and say hello, given we were back in town.
Well, Mela will be back at some point. She's been gone all day, mostly.
You guys been doing well since we've been away?
I've been holding on. She's been doing a lot of work recently. I thought she'd packed it all in, but she's been doing a number of things around town. I don't know what. I've been here most of the time.
I think maybe our last mission may have sparked a bit of a fire in her, maybe.
Right. So, do you know where she is?
We don't. We haven't seen her when we come into town. Just we know that there was a lot of fun the last time we were in town. and we
Well,
didn't
she
have-
was telling me about these, like, those criminals or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember too well.
it was an interesting group of slavers. I think we've dealt with them here for the moment, but they are more widespread than
Did
we
so-
like.
That's good that you dealt with them all.
Mhm.
Is there any ISO here to do more criminals?
Possibly we need to deal with a few things, deal with some criminals. A little bit of mess from our last time we were here that we didn't know at the time. Just hopefully clearing up a few things. And
Right.
see where we need to go from there.
Well, Mela might be happy to see that you're all back, and she might say hello when she comes back. She's been out all day. She'll be back anytime soon.
Of course. Would you care for some company, or would you just like some time?
Sure, you can all come and sit round the table if you like.
So just devolve the conversation into just nice conversation if he wants to just keep him company, and if he's got any,
Do the rest of you join?
I sit down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep him company.
Yeah, so you all
So
sit at Vim's table and
So
keep
it's mid.
Go on.
So it's mid-afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Yeah, then I want to go back to Penelope's then to carry on with the gun.
I'm guessing you were at Penelope's the entire time. I'm probably
Yeah,
sure
because
we're gonna have to go...
you went there when they travelled. You
Yeah.
just never bothered to come out.
Yeah, so
Carry on.
we'll
with it.
send someone to go and knock on the tent eventually.
So you'll
Yeah.
probably be able to get another good the day, like 7 hours total, so 14 hours. Because obviously
Nice.
the couple hours you took out doing other things. But yeah, you keep Vim company. And it's general chatter, and he tells you some stories about when he was younger and like the party. He mentions other names, Nox, Scylla, and Angus, along with Mela, which are names you've heard before mentioned, and that was essentially their party.
Yep.
Granted, though, all but Mela and Vim have all since died of old age and other issues, because this party existed nigh on hundreds of years ago.
Given the fact that the dwarf that was part of it is now dying of old age as well.
Yeah. So the Vim is 384 years old. And he was 25 when their party was last together. See, it's been a while.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, it's that thing, because it's like the human... there was 3 humans with them, 2 of which died of old age, which has been mentioned in stories before. And Nox got killed in another fight that he started in one of a different town. And then you've got Mela, who's the elf, and then Vim, who's the dwarf. And obviously the elf's going relatively strong, but yeah, it's an interesting perspective of seeing how a party devolves, because it's like these two have watched all their friends die, and now Mela's gonna end up watching Vim die of old age, and then she's got to stick around for another few centuries. Do you know what I mean? It's an interesting perspective, and it's also interesting for you guys as a party, because obviously being different races and stuff, it's gonna all happen to you guys as well eventually, and it's just that it's weird. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, party members are going to die of old age.
No, but it's an interesting perspective.
Well, I'd say, no, I know, but it's like, oh no, what's that gonna be like?
But you'll notice as well that throughout the conversation that Vim does tend to repeat himself quite a lot. And he doesn't notice, and sometimes he'll say the same story like 2 or 3 times in the same 20-30 minute period and stuff.
Vian's still eating it all up. She's just enjoying listening to, heroes, adventures, high tales.
Well, the most prominent story, and it's one that the party's all heard before, but Vian, you would have heard for the first time, but are aware of it, was the formation of this port town and the defense of from a kraken. And it was this party, apparently, according to history, were the ones that defended and didn't kill, but at least staved off the wrath of a kraken. And it was said that Nox, the barbaric human, was the one that did it almost single-handedly by diving into its gullet and killing it from the inside.
Severely wounding it from the inside.
Stories are stretched and exaggerated, but yeah, it was never killed, it was driven off. essentially. But
Mm.
yeah. But no, the story goes that he literally dived inside it and tried to turn himself into a human blender.
That is terrifying, but interesting.
Yeah, there are statues dedicated to Nox and other stories and songs of party members, and most of them are kept alive through Mela, who's the bardic storyteller of the party. And a lot of the city knows of it, but doesn't necessarily remember the people, and it's been hundreds of years. But Vim goes on and explains, and he explains like, oh, it was the time we had to fight an army of trolls that were in the mountains. They'd set up a camp and they'd try to attack the clans in the south. And he would regale many epic adventures and tales and things. This goes on into the late evening, and Mela doesn't return like Vim keeps saying she does, and it gets to the late evening where it's like, oh, hey, well, I think I'm gonna go to sleep now because I'm getting tired. Mela's,
Then
Mela's been out all day. She should be back anytime soon.
do you mind if I ask you a question a little bit more privately, away from the crowded tables and stuff?
Oh, sure. Just come with me. I'm going to my room now. So,
I tab Hilra and or Evan, whichever one is closer to me. Assuming they're both there. I don't know if one
well,
of them went to bed.
Evan's just gone BRB, so we'll say it was Hera.
Yeah, you can take me.
Yeah, Hilra, come, just like side tap, kind of like a come with kind of thing.
Okay. I will go with.
Okay, so I'm worried about him, and I want to try something, but it's something a lot of people would probably get mad at me for trying, but I think it might help him.
Okay.
So I just wanted somebody to tag along for safety. And okay, so I've got Vim, Hilra, and myself.
Yeah.
I cast Modify Memory at 6th level to try and clear up his brain for the last week of memories.
Okay.
Because it can also clarify and crystallize memories, in addition to making you forget them.
It's a wisdom save, is it not? Okay. So, allow me to input his save. Oh, fuck.
Fuck! Okay, fine, I won't help the dude with Alzheimer's.
He's a level 20 cleric.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's got max wisdom. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm sorry, but that's just too funny.
No, I agree. I
Unfortunately,
agree.
you cast it, but he doesn't even notice that you've done it.
Yeah.
And, like, his mind is a fucking fortress for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, like it's reflexively a fortress.
Yeah, because he's not purposefully repelling you. It's just innate.
Yeah,
And
I was just trying to help him with this, because, like, especially with Mela being missing.
Hey, so is there anything? Because I'd imagine you were walking behind him.
Yeah.
And as he gets
Yeah.
to his door, so is there anything that you wanted?
Just I really hope, I hope Mela comes back soon.
Well, she'll
you know,
be
you
back
know-
anytime now.
Okay. Yep, that's what I thought.
Haha.
Mhm.
If-
Okay.
If there's nothing else, then
Yeah, just rest well,
good night. Or you. And he will open the door and shut it behind him.
yeah, sorry. Thanks for coming with me. I just wanted, just in case that went south, I'm still experimenting, but I was hoping I could, in the same way I charmed someone to, bow or flee, I was hoping I could charm him to remember, so to speak.
Oh no, I understand, but at the same time, unfortunately, you can't return the passage of time. I think it is his time.
But I literally can.
Well, apparently you can't because it
No, I know.
happened.
No,
Yeah, and
I
the,
just.
the natural 20 with plus 11 says fuck you.
No, I agree. Just like, no, you can't restore. It's like, no, but that's literally the.
I know.
Yeah.
Literally, what I was just doing was winding back the clock on his memory so we could see what he'd done. But
Oh, I know completely.
Yeah.
It's just how I was more coming from the point of I think it's his time, fate
Yeah.
is the time, kind of deal.
The man's got very, very few months left on the clock, sort of thing.
Hmm.
Not even
No,
years.
like that.
yeah, which just makes me think because there's like the second like Pathfinder game that's on Steam and everything. It's like they literally open with there is a queen of this city who this religious order every 70 years or so buys her a potion that restores her youth so she can carry on leading them. And he's just like, I wish that existed in this D&D world because that would be useful for him.
Potions of longevity are a thing. They're just incredibly fucking rare.
Yeah, no, I mean, this thing is like super difficult to make. It takes
Months,
forever to
yeah.
it takes months to do it, but the thing is once it's done and acquired, you've got all the time. But
Yeah.
it was just one of those things of just like, oh, I heard that thing and I was like, oh, that would have been great for that dwarf in Danny's
But yeah, so you two see Vim to bed and return to the table. It is late in the evening. Most of the casual patrons have gone now, and it is the hardcore drinkers, stroke the people who are staying here, that are here now.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you guys have currently sat at like the table Vim normally occupies with Mela.
Mm-hmm.
The night will eventually close in and you will all rest, and level ups will appropriate. Those that have updated them, if you haven't, don't worry, don't fret, don't care, don't matter. You will all wake up in the morrow fresh.
Yeah, one Boomer got back, he would have asked Vian for us to random objects in their possession.
For what?
To put a spell in there.
Put a
Oh.
spell on you.
Should it be my sword or?
Any item, any simple item on you.
Well, yeah, just is this for like helping in combat or is this for helping on the road? Because I don't really hold a lot of stuff like hands.
It'd be on the road more than anything.
Yeah, she fidgets around and heck, she has so much stuff that's magical. The spangle maybe? Just
Yeah,
get full
that'll
charm
do.
out.
And then what'll happen is after the long rest, I'll do me spell storing item, and I'll put a disguise self spell in there.
Oh, okay. That is probably a lot more helpful than. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with what's come ahead, I think that'll assist.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't be disguised if we're going to meet them, but like in between, probably.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
But the morning has come, obviously. You guys have just had that. Food is had. Vim will reappear at his table and be eating breakfast. Still no Mela.
If we asked at the bar about Mela,
No. Just Vim.
I tried the brute force approach if you want to try something more tactful.
And so seeing him come down, like sit on his own, I probably would have gone over to the. I keep like, Mel been out busy or?
Oh, yeah, she's been out for about a week now. Or at least that was when she left. She's been doing some work around town, I believe, after she dealt with some organization or something like that. She wanted to chase up on it, apparently looking up some information about places across the seas.
Okay.
Why?
I just wanted to catch up with her when we saw her when we were last
Well,
here, and
the last thing she said to me about a week ago was she was looking into, I don't remember the name of the place, but it was somewhere abroad. And she had to go and do some investigation and some looking into things. Something like piqued her interest or something like that.
okay, well, we'll see if we can't have a round in town. See if we can't see her while we're about.
Alright, well, if she does eventually turn back up, do you want me to let her know that you've been?
Stopped by. Yeah, probably for the best.
Right, I'll do that. If you hang around though about 5 more minutes, the food will be at the table for your lot anyway.
Thank you.
You'll return to the table.
All right. Yeah, breakfast.
Yep.
Yep. And it will come, and it is like some toast with what looks to be like shredded meat. Really nice. It's hearty. Warms you up.
Fancy.
Sorry, can I just to aside for a moment, Boomer? What's your intelligence?
4.
Holy shit!
You only get intelligence of 4.
Yeah.
His +4 modifier.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Yeah.
4 made
We
more
meant-
sense.
My at the minute 19. Otherwise,
Okay.
so I could whack that up to 20 for 10
Yeah.
uses.
Yeah. So yeah, she's got 8 uses of disguise self.
Which is a
From
full
that.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a full day. Damn,
Yeah.
that's a very, very powerful ability.
But do you
Yeah, I
report back?
thought-
Do you report back to the table, Mike? Evan?
Yeah, I'll report back to the table and everything. Possibly something we might need to look into whilst we're here.
So yeah, obviously Evan lets you guys know that, despite and contrary to what Vim's been saying, Mella's been gone for near a week.
Yeah, we should probably look round for her.
Probably. Just to keep an eye out for her. Don't want her to get. Hope she hasn't got into more trouble regarding the group we met with last time we were here.
But obviously you guys take
No,
Yes.
sorry.
okay.
I was trying to stop a sneeze. So.
Good to know. But as you guys soak in the rest of the morning with the intention to put the feelers out, see what the reaction and potential actions are for you guys and the family of the Viaclaires, potentially looking into and finding and talking with Melamycia as well. We will leave the session there for the evening as you guys plan your next steps forward.
Yep.
Yep.
Just to point out for the people that are listening, and for you guys as well, the next session will be on the 25th of June. Be pretty good. Could be pretty handsome. But my next stream is tomorrow, and I will be kickstarting the playthrough of Days Gone, which is another
So-
zombie apocalypse horror RPG. One I did start playing on stream, but unfortunately, my PC at the time was just not okay with it and died. Or at least the game kept dying.
It's trash.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but should be fine now with this new PC. So I'm going to say goodbye to the people on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Adam.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye.
Alright.
YouTube.